Good morning and welcome to Harker Oval for day 2 of the NDCA first grade grand final between the West Rosellas and the Belmont Whips. Beautiful day here, Easter Saturday down at Harker Oval. Hill's starting to fill up already, so come on down. You want to see some great cricket. To recap where we are in the first grade grand final. Belmont won the toss and elected to bat yesterday. Good morning and welcome to Harker Oval for day 2 of the NDCA first grade grand final between West Rosellas and the Belmont Whips. Looking at where we're at in today's grand final, Belmont winning the toss yesterday and electing to bat first, and after a very shaky start where early wickets were lost, Belmont achieved a first innings total of 107. Jace Lawson top scoring with 37. And Joey Gillard was 31 not out. The chief destroyer for the West Rosellas, Joey Price, took 5 for 26 from 20.1 overs. They batted into the 80th over. 10 overs were left to be played last night. And Belmont got the start that they would have wanted, taking 3 for 17 inside that 10 overs. Jace Lawson, 2 for 12 from his 5 overs last night. And Dan Bailey, 1 for 5. I'm Dan Saunders. Joining me, Neil McDonald, here for the first session of the second day's play. Umpires Phil Ranger and Kieran Knight, or the Lone Ranger and the Dark Knight, as we're affectionately known to us. Out in the middle, Bill's taking strike, Brad Aldis at the non-striker's end, and it looks like Jace Lawson will be taking ball 1 here for Belmont. Neil, welcome to day 2 of the NDCA first grade grand final. The weather gods have really been nice to us once again.
Dan, great to be with you again this morning. This is a picture perfect postcard day here at Harker Memorial Oval. You could be at Merriweather Beach, but if you're not at Merriweather Beach, you need to be down at Harker. You're going to be an absorbing first session, I feel, here.
Yeah, very much so. So I guess it's a tale of two here. West need 90 runs. Belmont needs 7 wickets.
7 wickets. That's about it.
I guess how quickly either of those happen could determine how long we're here today, Neil.
I think this first session will determine it one way or the other. And Belmont boys really had their tails up from the 10 overs last night, and the West boys looking to dig in and take this one right down to the wire.
Here comes Jace Lawson bowling the first ball of day 2, just let go outside the stumps there by Aaron Bills. It'd be
Brad Aldis just on strike and Bill's at the non-striker's end.
So okay, we've got that back to front.
The right-hander of the
Apologies, just going off the frog box screen, still on yesterday's stats.
No trouble at all.
So the Adonis is on strike, I do apologise.
The Adonis is on strike. He's feeling pretty good about things, just looking to get through those nervous early overs and then really to make a statement.
Here comes Lawson again to Aldis. Just letting that go again outside off start. Went out and had a look at the field and wicket before play. Still a little bit of dew in the outfield, so runs may be hard to come by unless they're really hitting them well early on.
Got to say, Dan, I've been smart enough at this time of the year to have a replacement pair of Asics based on that synopsis of the outfield. Yes, it is quite dewy out there, and I'd say my feet dried out at about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, but I won't be making the same mistake on day 2 as Lawson comes into bowl. It's on line, neatly played by Aldis, just back up the pitch. But yeah, no, quite a deal of dampness from the overnight air, I guess, atmosphere. Wicket looks in good shape again. Neil Evans, curator, one of the best around town, has been down, offered it a roll and a remark and a sweep, and we're back into it.
Wicket's looking immaculate. The outfield, a little bit dewy, but still in magnificent shape. Here comes Lawson in again to Aldous. And again, just offering no shot, letting that go outside off stump. Looks like Jace Lawson's got his line here nice early here, Neil.
He's got his line nice. He took an over or two last night to get that bearing of direction, and it was, for the West boys, it was probably disappointing that he found that direction, because he certainly got amongst the early batsmen there last night. But yeah, a couple just outside of off. Good siders for Aldous.
Yeah, here comes
on.
Lawson again into Aldous. And again, just letting that ball go. I guess maybe last night Jace Lawson batted for just over 2 hours there towards the end, the second half of that innings. So may have been a bit of fatigue, just helped not quite get that line. But he did a job. He took 2 for 12 overnight, dismissing both Ben Chew and Tom Allen. 3 wickets down. A wicket or two in this first half hour could, well, it will really open this game right up. Of course, West still have some very strong batting to come, but pressure in grand finals, and 3 wickets down already. I think Belmont's got everything to gain in this first hour, and West, they just need to do exactly what Brad Aldous has done in that first over. Just play the balls you need to, let the unsure ones go, take the singles when they're on offer.
Yeah, the Gillard-Lawson partnership yesterday afternoon, really showed the way for how players need to slightly adapt. The wicket's good, as we say. It's just finals pressure and the willingness to perhaps leave the 50-50 ball go this time, and remember the scoreboard, and to be there at the end. Who's going to stand up here? That's the big question.
That's right. It's 61-run partnership, as you mentioned, between Gillard and Lawson. Certainly got Belmont back into this game. Again, a position where they've got a target to bowl at, and bowling from the southern end this morning again, as he did last night for 5 overs, is Daniel Bailey. Daniel Bailey, leading wicket taker for Belmont this year, with 32 wickets prior to the grand final. And here he comes in his first ball. He's got him. There's a wicket early. Oh, batsman's motioning that he may have got some bat on that.
That's not a... He's got to take those decisions.
He does, but Aaron Bill's first ball of Bailey's over, and he's been dismissed LBW.
Look to be quite online from here. Not in the best position. Obviously the umpires are in the best position to make that decision. So
big wicket.
That's a big wicket early on.
Four for 17 now, West, and Belmont. That's the perfect start they needed.
Yeah, there's so much. I was talking to Bills this morning. So much he was hoping to achieve out there, and just agreed that those early overs were, really needed to be hanging in there and getting the feet moving early. But all the talk in the world doesn't that allow that to happen, and when you dismiss first ball. But this brings, I think, Joey Price to the wicket.
So this is Joey Price coming to the wicket?
I think so, yes. And this is a big task. He's extremely experienced cricketer.
Oh, very much so.
But probably would have preferred to have been coming in, after a dozen overs. I mean, we've got 2 new ball bowlers. The new ball, relatively fresh. Massive job now for the Rosellas, who have relied heavily on Price during the year. Price, King, and with others chipping in. Skipper James King yet to come, but we've just got a slight hold up here for a minute. We've work out here. There's a bit of a discussion going on mid-pitch.
What interesting.
Price has
his helmet off.
Taken his helmet off.
He looks like he's going back to his crease to take guard.
I don't think he forgot his protector or anything. Just a little bit of a...
Maybe a psychological ploy.
Oh, perhaps.
Just to make the Belmont guys wait just a bit.
Perhaps, yeah. Yeah, just a slight delay in play, just waiting for that second ball, which possibly gives me a bit of time for all the snow from yesterday afternoon. Just to
Well, whilst that's happening, we've got a bit of a delay on our screen here. We're about 5 balls behind, but it's actually caught up quite well now. So I'm just going to have a look at the replay of that LBW.
say, Dan, we're going to have to be pretty good here because we're the eyes and ears, aren't we? As Bailey comes in for his second ball.
He's got him, first ball. Joey Price.
Joey Price.
Wow, that's a huge wicket. And Dan Bailey has got the prize scalp. Joey Price, first ball, caught behind.
Well, this is a sensation at the moment. That's 2 in 2. Just playing little through the line, but taking the outside edge through to the slips area, and that is, judging by the Belmont reaction, just a massive blow to the.
That's a huge wicket.
Boys.
Belmont have just carried on with their display. The 10 overs last night, they needed early wickets. They took 3 of them. Mind you, batting order moved around a bit, I guess, to protect the strong West top order. But 2 wickets and 2 balls.
Yeah, that's Price gone. That's it's certainly not game over, but it's made it really challenging now for the remainder of the order to put in. I think we've got Aaron Wivell coming in now, and he'll probably be followed by James King.
Quite a sharp catch there by Marcus Hainsworth behind the stumps. Dan Bailey is on a hat-trick.
It's a good catch from Hainsworth, been a good keeper through New South Wales under-19s. Obviously, very experienced, first grade Newcastle representative, and yeah, just a really good low-down catch. Taken.
Dan Bailey taking his season tally to 35 now. But on a hat-trick, just Aaron Wivell, the new batsman.
Aaron Wivell, and
all of a sudden that 107's a very handy target.
There'll be a few nerves running around here on this hat-trick delivery.
It's bowled 4, Wivell's dug that out, but I guess couldn't have bowled too much a better ball to go for that 3 and 3. But the Belmont boys very fired up, and West reeling at 5 for 17 in the second over of the day's play. Of course, 90 overs maximum of play today, and West, there's no reason why they can't use every one of those 540 balls to peel off the 90 runs required. But at present today, 2 for none. Belmont have West reeling at 5 for 17, and Dan Bailey with 3 for 5 midway through his 6th over, coming in again to Aaron Wivell.
Well, he's got that one away pretty free and easy. I think he's going to get 4 for that down through fine leg.
Yeah, no one down there.
First time that Bailey's slid down leg side there, and Wivell was happy to put it away. Got a good piece of it. Nice little shot down through fine leg. Nobody at fine leg. They haven't had one there all innings, including yesterday. So I'm sure Bailey will correct that line, but that gets Wivell off the mark and might take a few nerves away.
Yeah, taking the score into 5 for 21. Trying to click on the refresh. Can't see the arrow. So Dan Bailey just getting his line not quite right there, but I think we can forgive him for that. 3 for 9 midway through his 6th over. Yep. Dan Bailey coming in again. Aaron Wivell. Confident stroke there, cut there to point. I think Aaron Wivell, just a couple of balls his face, showing some intent. Best way to approach this circumstance is play a natural game.
Yeah, I think Wivell will be quite happy to sweat on a loose ball, and then that's the challenge of making sure if you're going to hit it, make sure you do hit it. Don't second guess yourself, but defend the good one and put away the other. Yeah, good single there, just pushed forward of square leg, single to Wivell. He's quite a get on with it style of cricketer, so I don't think the situation is going to trouble him at all. The Adonis at the other end, I just think we're set up here. This next 10 overs could be really exciting here, Dan, in terms of where Wivell takes us, and how much of the strike he gets, and whether the Belmont bowlers are able to maintain that good line and length that they've started out with this morning.
Very much so, Neil. 5 for 22.
22.
End of the 12th over.
Who would have thought?
So Wivel rotated the strike, so he's retained the strike.
As Lawson at the far end.
It'll be very interesting because Lawson got the radar on early. He's going to be bowling on and around that off stump. Will Wivel play at these? Will he let them go? It'll be very interesting. But this is a very big session of play. When there's 2 quick wickets, here comes Lawson to Wivel. He's let that go. And that's, again, Jace Lawson's probably going to want to keep it around there all morning. Wait for West to potentially make the mistake. It's just not giving too much room there to open up the arms to possibly attack that without the risk of bringing that keeper and cordon into play.
Yeah.
Belmont with 2 slips and a gully. Maybe a 3rd slip at this early stage while he's got his radar on. Might be the play, but
this is where they erred yesterday, wasn't it?
That's right, one went straight through there. A bit straighter ball there, and Wivel just pushing that through on the leg side.
Yeah, they left the gap between second and gully, didn't they, yesterday afternoon? I think 1 or 2 flew through there, which could have made it even more horrendous on the scoreboard for the West boys.
I think that was Aldous from memory. It was a genuine
edge.
Yes. Would have been
catchable.
Straight through, waist height. What would have been 3rd slip? Yeah.
Yeah, great to see the coffee bean back here again at Harker Oval.
Big shout out to the Bean Boss. John and Susie Hatton are here brewing your coffees, whether you have your cappuccinos, frappuccinos, alpuccinos, every type of chino. Come on down to Harker Oval, great coffee. John and Susie Hatton, the Bean Boss.
Baby chino, I believe baby chino.
Baby chinos for the younger cricketing fan. We've also got Stuffy and Co over on the barbecue, and there's plenty of red meat being cooked this morning.
There's also banana better chino. I've got a banana bread in front of me with the chino on the end.
Excellent. So they've got snacks as
water
well.
Chino.
Water chino.
All the chinos are here today, so thanks very much to the
Bean Boss.
Guys, the Bean Boss for being here today.
Lawson just pushing that across Wivel there, trying to get him to be entertained into maybe having a go at that, but smartly just letting that go through to the keeper.
Following the faux pas yesterday, you've reliably informed me that the Lambton fridge is allowed to be open today. Dan,
today, yeah, I believe they would already be open and trading.
One of the finest sponsors of the mighty West Rosellas, and I don't know what time this game will finish this afternoon, but the Lambton fridge could be the place to go for your Easter takeaways.
Yes, those refreshments for on your way home. Great wine selection.
Great wine selection, some fine wines there. Especially some of the reds. Wivel just keeping that ball out. It's good online bowling from Lawson.
Yeah, both bowlers of bowling exactly where, and I mean, it is first grade. You would expect that they would have there wouldn't be too much loose stuff getting thrown around, especially first up in such an important segment of the game. West 5 for 22 in the 13th over, chasing 107 runs.
It's a mountain to climb, isn't it?
And, it is.
This partnership, possibly the next 2 batsmen in King and Nemerton, will determine this game.
Quick single taken there.
Quick single out through cover, misfield, single. That's good pressure there from the West players. Wivel another single. He's a good counter too, by the look of it. That seems to be the end of the over, which means he'll retain strike.
He will again, which is good. I guess you want your specialist batsman out there. I'm just not sure.
Aldous providing the true night watchman position there, and which takes me on to Aldous Snow and Edward Scissorhands, and Aldous Snow's interest in possibly trying to date Sarah Marshall.
Yes,
that's factual.
Yeah, yes, he did date Sarah Marshall.
And to perform at the Greek Theatre.
Yes.
Looking to do that.
Yes.
I believe that's happened. Now, Jonathan Snow's his father. I'm just wondering if that's any relation to the English fast bowler of the 1970s.
Tipping not, but hey.
Leave that one alone.
Dan Bailey into Aaron Wivel. And we've got him.
It's another wicket.
Oh, dear God. Dan Bailey, the destroyer here. Aaron Wivel's just scooped that up to, I guess, just point.
Forward of point. Yeah.
Not sure who took the catch there, but it was low.
I've missed
and
that.
diving
we've got
forward.
we've got a bit of a pole between us and the fielder, but there's a world of hurt going on here now at Harker Oval.
Unbelievable fight back. Belmont took 3 wickets in the 10 overs till stumps last night, and already this morning they've taken 3 for 5.
Gone hard at the ball.
Key wickets of Joey Price and now Aaron Wivell.
And James King striding to the wicket. King was pivotal to West's last final success at #1 Sports Ground, where they defeated Merriweather, where he scored 94, holding the inning, gluing the innings together. And he's an inspirational leader, but it's going to take every bit of inspiration here this afternoon to eke out these next 80-odd runs.
It was Bailey Newell who took that sharp catch there at point, Neil, and 6 for 23. And now James King, the captain, and if ever a captain's knock was ever required, this is the circumstance. 6 for 23, Belmont scoring 107 yesterday after being 7 for 35 early. This was the moment where Belmont knuckled down. Bailey to King, confident on the front foot there to mid-off.
Yeah.
We really have a game of cricket on our
We
hands,
do.
and it's certainly opening up the possibility of a third innings.
It is definitely. I look at too early to it's not too early to speculate, but it's certainly if I were West and there was more wickets falling quickly, that is the only option. Chance of an outright. Well played by King, full face of the bat, just out to cover. Bailey on showing good line there.
Yeah,
Good
look,
line just on off stick.
Bailey doing a fantastic job for his skipper and his team. 4 for 10 in his 7th over. 6 for 23, I guess overnight. This is, I guess, worst case scenario for West and best case scenario for Belmont. But it's really a competition on here now. Get on down to Harker Oval. We're going to have a very tense game of cricket here. The NDCA first grade grand final. Here's Dan Bailey. King maybe on the thigh pad there, down the leg side, no real shout there.
2 to come in the over.
And I mean, this wicket, there's no real gremlins in it. It looks to be a road. It's just been fantastic bowling from both teams. Both teams have stuck to the tried and true line and length. Aim for the top of off stump. Get your odd fuller ball up there. When they miss, you hit. And 16 wickets now have fallen for, 130 runs in just over a day of cricket.
Really good line and length. There it is again. Nothing loose. Nothing loose being offered, and so last ball coming up in this Bailey over. Just another really good opening spell from these two, Bailey and Lawson.
Be interesting to see how this pair both bowling so well that could bowl unchanged for a period of time.
Well, they could do, judging with obviously with the overnight break in play.
Yes.
King driving.
Well fielded in the covers.
There in the cover.
Great commitment there.
Good one-hander pick up. No run there. Good forceful shot from King out through cover, but it's another great Dan Bailey over.
14 overs gone. West 6 for 23 with Brad Aldous not out on 7, and captain James King yet to get off the mark. So Brad Aldous will need to play the typical night watchman role now more than ever to ably support his captain. And James King needs to play the typical captain's knock, to be the backbone of this West innings.
Yeah, the West guys just looking for somebody to stand up. It's a crisis, so I'll give you that, and just needs somebody to put their hand up. As I said, the same as Belmont did to get to a total that was, I guess, defendable right at this minute.
If anyone knows how Wests are feeling at present, it's Belmont. Here comes Jace Lawson, bowling to the right-handed Brad Aldous, punching that away onto the offside. No, it's really what could have petered out into just a very slow, measured run chase. This game on. Just having a look at the bookies, they've got both teams at $1.90 at present.
Yeah, I don't bet. Thanks, Dan.
And if you are having a bet on the game today, let me know where you can get a bet on, because I might cancel mine, but please gamble responsibly. And if you are going to put a bet on, Western Suburbs Leagues Club across the road is your place for all your TAB needs. Brad Aldous letting that late swinging ball from Jace Lawson go. Probably be careful. I think yesterday we saw one or two where balls were let go, which cannoned into off stump. I think there was one last night.
Yeah, we did. I think there was at least two dismissals where players, I think erred in their line judgment. Easy to say from out here, but that's what we're paid to do. So
or not paid to do.
Or not paid to do.
Yeah. No, very easy game. Cricket from here. Here comes Jace Lawson into Aldous, and again just letting that go. It's actually a no ball. I guess that's on the front foot.
The West will be happy about that. There's an extra run to the total. So
every run they get, there's one less they got to chase. But yeah, quite a good crowd already in. The cars on the hill in number wise, comparable to yesterday. The weather's beautiful. It's another couple of degrees warmer here in Lambton.
Yeah, weather is fantastic.
Come on down and watch some great cricket before heading into the beach maybe this afternoon.
A couple of light fluffy clouds, but that's about it. Another one, yeah. Lawson not getting the same shape as he got last night. I think the older this ball gets, Jace's going to have to work pretty hard for any sort of shape through the air. But his line's been pretty good, and just making Aldous have a real good think about his shot selection, each of these deliveries. Belmont fielders right on their game here, and plenty of chirping. Why wouldn't there be at 6 for 23?
That's right. And as you mentioned before, still got a bloke of the quality of Josh Everton to come. So we still have plenty of artillery in the sheds.
That's right. It only takes two that are out there not to get out. And,
that's right.
We can throw all the cliches in we like, but if two of them are able to stick around, that's you don't need anybody else then coming out of the shed.
That's right. Well, these guys can spend as long as they like out in the middle today. They've got another 85 overs to chase down these remaining 84 runs. Jace Lawson again coming into Brad Aldous. Oh, a play and a miss there. That one was just on that off stump line. Maybe set him up for that.
Yeah,
maybe pushed a couple out to let him get his false sense of security maybe.
Yeah, it's a good line, and Aldous played down the wrong one, and was probably lucky he didn't get a tickle through to Hainsworth.
So if a top order bat might have edged that.
Yeah, no, that's fair, although I'm sure Bradley would see himself as a top order bat right at this very minute.
He needs to be. He needs that mentality. He needs to play this sheet anchor role. Jace Lawson coming in again to Brad Aldous. Oh, he's got a nick on that one.
That's out.
The commentator's curse has struck again, but I think Jace Lawson's just set him up with there, to be honest.
Just playing out a bit in front of his body, I think, there, and outside edge and straight through to Hainsworth. Good catch, again low down. But
I think that ball actually moved away through the air, and that's what got the tickle. And it's 7 for 23. You've got to say Belmont are got to be in the box seat now. 4 early wickets this morning in the first 5 overs.
Yeah, it's be disappointing for the West boys, I would think, at the moment. There's so much to play for, or still is a lot to play for, but just in this, grounding out a good first innings, and played well for 2/3 of the season. As I said yesterday, the rain and maybe some indifferent results towards the end of the season, but clearly a dominant side. And having said that, though, you play these finals, and
anything can happen.
1880 or something, and that's what we do. And there'll be a side that'll go away with a tale of woe, and there'll be one that'll be cock-a-hoop on something that maybe they didn't expect.
Very true, Neil McDonald. The end of 15 overs. Wests are now 7 for 24. James King, the captain, on strike, facing Dan Bailey. Ooh, squared him up, but he's got that away. That's gone between the slips and gully.
Didn't really have any movement there. It's just a bit crease-bound, King, but squeezed it out, got away for 2, which is very handy to the score. Listen, just between balls, I just want to put a big shout out, and I see him out there carrying his own chair. Gary Thompson's an absolute stalwart of the West Club. He's came down with his kids when they first started playing some ridiculous number of years ago, and he's still around. He's a retired bloke. He runs the raffle up at the Duke of Wellington.
Okay.
Again, one of our major sponsors there. I'll just pause between balls here with Bailey coming in to bowl to King. He's got that one array through backwards square. Might be able to get another couple. Taken two more just off the pads. Nicely turned by King. And Gary, yeah, he's just taking a seat now. I mean, he's been through a couple of operations here and there, and sort of bits and pieces that stick him back together, etc. But he's sort of commenced just lurking around training, batting book type stuff, keeping time.
Sure.
Running a few raffles, helping out generally off field. As I said, his kids have gone through to be well grown up now, and he's still down at the Duke, and he just set himself a goal to run the Saturday night raffle through the whole year, despite cricket being that half year progress. We'll just stop again as Dan comes into bowl, and again it's just off his thigh pad. They were looking for a single there, but turned back by Emerton, and yeah, no run. But just every club needs a Gary Thompson. I suppose that's the punchline, and you can't thank them enough. It's volunteer work at its best. It's rain, hail or shine sort of stuff, and if you don't have it, and sure, sponsorships are hard to come by.
True.
And sure, you might say, well, the Chook raffle doesn't really bring enough in these days to pay for grounds, etc. But every bit counts as Bailey comes in from the southern or clock tower end. So I didn't know much about that one. King looking to play out through cover, went through to the square leg fieldsman. Might just got a little bit of inside edge on that, but kept it out. But yeah, I'm sure Belmont's got a Gary Thompson. I'm sure that Hamwicks of Merriweather, there'll all be a Gary Thompson there, and big shout out to Gary Thompson. I've said his name about 4,000 times now, so that's enough, Tomo. Just keep doing a good job at the raffle.
Yeah, no, excellent work there. And as you're right, all clubs and all associations need those volunteers who selflessly give their time to keep the wheels turning for these organisations. Bailey's being put. Great fielding there at mid-on. Is a single to King, but just off screen there, that had the potential to get away even to the fence. So save 2, maybe 3 runs there with that great fielding. Yeah,
good bit of fielding there. It was one off the bat, but one off the bat, and as you said, Dan, could have been 3 through to 4 even. It was struck, but a great bit of fielding.
So new batsman Josh Everton about to take guard, face his first ball of this grand final. The NDCA first grade grand final here at Harker Oval. What a game we have. 7 for 28 West, chasing Belmont's first innings total of 107 for victory. So 80 runs still shy, and that's a long way away yet. At 7 down. Everton facing his first ball from Dan Bailey. And nice solid technique, just defending that back down the wicket.
Plenty of experience in Josh Emerton here, and
obviously
he'll need every bit of it. Uni was in Sydney.
Merriweather as well?
Yeah, Uni, Merriweather, St George in Sydney. He's been around, very experienced, and again, he'll need all this experience to carry West through to lunch, and many would hope at the ground across the line. Yeah. Plenty of people around this ground, Dan. Lots of people cashing in at the coffee van and the.
Plenty of dogs here too.
There's a lot of dogs. This could be a bit of friendly
little
fire.
Feisty ones taking on the one on the lead.
Yeah, there's a couple on the lead and one that's just
I believe that little dog's name's Dolly.
Dolly
come up and said g'day to Dan on arrival.
Right.
I think I could smell my Devon sandwich.
I think Dolly's causing a bit of a fracas over there at the moment.
A contretemps? Well, there's 3 now.
Nobody's barked yet, but there's certainly a couple of little nips going on. Oh, hang on. Dolly's not taking a backward step there.
We need to maybe get that camera on a bit of a pivot. James King taking strike. Jace Lawson.
Strike. We've got,
7 for 29. Wes in pursuit of 108 for victory. 79 runs. Belmont require 3 wickets Just letting that go outside off stump. Lawson just pushing that across there. 3 for 14 from his first 8 overs. Dan Bailey 4 for 15 from his 8. This pair have bowled exceptionally well. Well, I mean, they've bowled brilliantly in the circumstances. Dan Bailey now with 36 wickets for the season, and Jace Lawson with 25 wickets for the season. Stellar season by both men.
Dolly's just being rounded up for viewers interested.
Yeah, Dolly's
Dolly's off screen, but there's a bit of...
she won't back down. She feisty little one.
No, there's a bit of rolling over going on there. And
probably handy she's not on a leash where the other two are being a bit bound. Here comes Dolly.
No. Oh, hang on. Dolly's being chased now by the other two on the leash.
Whoop.
It's a bit of strength.
The brown dog still wants coming back.
Strength being shown
coming
by
behind
the brown dog.
Just as entertaining as the cricket here.
Very keen, that brown dog over there. It's good to have the fan base here offering their support on how the game's going.
Oh,
thought he was going to let that one go. Might nearly hit a spectator.
I think he might have asked him how many eggs he had for Easter too in that conversation.
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting conversation there, but
there should be some fire in the belly. This is a grand final, and the game is very delicately poised. West needing that one partnership to really steady the flow. Belmont, another wicket here. Can nearly have one hand on that first grade premiership shield. A long way to go yet. 7 for 29. James King, West captain, facing Jace Lawson. Top scorer in Belmont's batting innings and 3 wickets in this bowling innings. King's hit that well away off the pads.
The gap.
Beaten mid-wicket. Mid-on's chased it out the boundary.
No, just the one there.
It's pulled up. The dewy ground slowed that up a bit. But still, it's another run. It's onto the total, 7 for 30. Yeah, we can't spruik enough the conditions here at Harker Oval. Again, the Bean Boss, the coffee van is here. Be here throughout the first session. Come and get your caffeine fix. The barbecue is cooking.
Huge lineup at the Bean Boss at the moment, Dan.
Very popular.
That would mean come in and make your order and then come back for it, I would think. But,
more than likely.
And I'm also recommending highly the banana bread.
The banana bread, it's going down a treat.
Yeah, Mama Kaz's banana bread. Is that what Mama Kaz? No, it was a ham sandwich, wasn't it?
Yeah. We might leave that one alone.
So a single,
Evidence pushed that around backward a square.
Should get 2 for 2 here. Once again, Belmont not employing anybody backward of square, and that's probably been a good tactic given that they haven't bowled too much down there. But
right.
If you look at the wagon wheel of West, there's a decent number of this 32 that have been scored to that have gone down backward square, backward point.
Into the 17th over, and West 7 for 32 with Josh Emmerdon on 2 and captain James King not out on 6. Yes, every run being loudly applauded. The locals have come out to support West, as you would expect here, with the game being played locally here at Lambton at Alfred Harker Memorial Oval.
Yeah, Dr. Harker, yeah, looking forward to one of the West batsmen achieving double figures. At the moment we're somewhere between 0 and 10.
King 6 not out. He's looking the most likely at present.
7's the top scorer at the moment from Aldous.
The Adonis. Dan Bailey coming in to commence his 9th over, bowling at captain James King. Great balls, just played a miss there on off stump. Yeah, Cars still filing into Harker Oval. They're either taking our advice or using their initiative, but
there's NBN news. Good to see NBN here covering the first grade final, and thanks for the support of NBN. Newcastle Herald, Josh Cullinan,
Robert Dillon.
Big shout out to Bobby Dillon, a great West stalwart, and he wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, caught up with Josh yesterday afternoon, and yeah, it was great to have that coverage through the Herald Online.
Very much so. What's happened there?
I'd say he's gone to get in underneath, and he's somehow almost, we'll have a look at the replay there, but somehow chalked it up almost. It hasn't gone off the square. Hang on, he looks a little injured here, and maybe the hand, or maybe the groin.
Got a bit of extra bounce on that ball. It's just our replay is about 4 or 5 balls
He's having
behind.
a look, the scrotometer.
The
Perhaps.
scrotometer.
Might get a bit of a workout here. He's
Someone might need to massage that one out, do you think?
young kids might need to look away shortly.
Well, here comes the West Physio,
The West Physio, we got
team
I hope-
doctor.
I hope it's not Denka rub.
Ooh, or the goanna oil.
Yeah, a little bit unnerving and settling there. We don't quite know where the ball has done the damage, but yeah, just checking things out downstairs. Having a drink, just taking it back in. It's a good ball there from Bailey. It was zeroing in, and
Got the Lone Ranger in there, just checking to see if he's okay.
it might be there might be a supplement or two in that from Aldous. The Aldous doing the running there. He's quite the fit athlete.
He is. He's bowled all afternoon. He's batted considerable time, and now he's running supplements, beverages, and maybe some ointment out there
He's a genuine
for
lover of the game. A lover of the game.
which
and,
is what you want.
Great performer both on and off the field. So he's done his little bit there. King looks right to resume, just checking everything's still attached.
King might have copped one in the Crown Jewels.
He may have got one in the nuts. Maybe.
Well, he's back on strike.
Hard to say from here. We're a good 80 metres away, but it looked like it unsettled him a little bit, and we'll see
He's
how
probably
Bailey,
happy we noticed.
see what Bailey follows up with.
Well left.
Yeah, good line and length though again from Bailey. Again, Newcastle representative this year, leading wicket taker for the Belmont side, showing why that is. And I suppose the West boys would be really happy if they actually saw another couple of bowlers come on.
Very much so. I think while ever Dan Bailey and Jace Lawson are bowling, it's just the anticipation of when's the next wicket going to fall. But two very experienced cricketers out there batting, and both capable of scoring plenty of runs, but very capable of holding up an end as well.
Yeah.
Now this game, I mean, it's got all the elements of a grand final. Not a high-scoring grand final, but a tight contest at 7 for 32, midway through the 18th over. And where else would you want to be on Easter Saturday, Neil McDonald? Rose Hill?
Just give me a minute on that.
Well, you don't bet, that's right.
No, that's right. Yeah, no. It's against the religion.
Yep, that's okay.
But
Bailey in again to King. He's on the back foot, but
he's cut that one
just a
straight
point.
to point. Yeah, no, good question this time of year. Probably just somewhere relaxing here is good. It's good. I love coming to Harker. It's I guess the hill and the grandstand that provide you with some sort of feeling that you're in a a leading ground, a well
Definitely.
manicured outfield. Something, not to say outer ovals don't look like cricket ovals, but this sort of has a little, the trees around, probably the history that's here. We're sitting behind the Harker Memorial gates, or not sitting behind them. We're just depends on which side you're sitting on them. I guess we're on the inside of the outside of the Harker Memorial gates, so named after Dr. Alfred Harker. So much history here. The De Courcys, the Lamberts, Jeff Newton, who was here yesterday, was a Newcastle rep and Northern New South Wales rep in the mid-70s, had all his brothers come through. Once again, father and mother, great stalwarts of the club life members, scorers and managers, and there's just so much that's gone on here, and it's been this way since 1924. Just looking for a refresh here on our scorecard.
Jace Lawson coming in again to Josh Emerton. Let that go outside off stump. Yeah, the history of Harker Oval, very interesting. I know coming here as a young bloke, my father, a big West Rosellas rugby league fan,
Yep.
or maggot if you will.
Maggot,
So
yep.
many years, more so down that northern end, watching grand finals.
Chook Howell, all those boys. Yeah, West, and again, just in terms of talking about dual players, and we've had a number of them
Well left.
West Rugby League, well, as it was then, New Lambton Cricket Club. Johnny McLaughlin is a board member over at Wests. And
Related to Merv?
No.
Okay.
No, although we all came out on First Fleet, didn't we, apparently. But McLaughlin, John being a great supporter of the club. I mentioned the 56-57 grand final. He and played through that era. It was a West first grade fullback and a leading West Cricket Club player over those era of sort of late 50s into the early 70s, and
sure.
I think only played 99 first grade games, I think was the story, and
99.
The 100th would have been while he was tripping through New Zealand with his wife. So even back then we had the issue of cricket versus
So
family.
we got guys on the Indian Pacific going to Perth when they should be at grand finals.
Somebody else on the GAN.
People missing out in their 100th first grade game for a trip to across the ditch.
So yeah.
Everton just playing that back down the wicket to Lawson. 7 for 32. The score is still here at Harker Oval. Plenty of chatter out in the field. Of course, the Belmont boys would be very keen to keep this game proceeding along at the pace that they have. 4 wickets this morning in the first 9 or so overs, which has really brought them back into the contest.
Yeah, if they weren't already feeling good about themselves overnight, they're probably
attacking shot there.
Looking for champagne corks at the moment.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Jace Lawson's possibly have to be well in the mix for the player of the final at present. Top scoring in the Belmont innings.
Yep.
And three early wickets here.
Poles. Yeah. 3 to 17.
Another one who took advantage of the 2-day pass here at Harker Oval. It's all 2-day passes, free entry.
Yeah, free entry.
So if he hasn't got the stumble on today like the couple yesterday. It's full outside off stump. Everton's punched that away through the covers. It's not going to go to the fence. It's hit those practice wickets, but it's slowed up. That has come back for a comfortable 2. That sort of breaks up the monotony of the dot balls. I think that was the last ball of the over. What's happening here? Umpire's just... I think he's signalling a no ball.
Is it a no ball or?
I think it's a no ball.
One short, no ball.
I think it was a no ball because they're going to bowl again. I thought that would have been the last ball of the over, but yeah, no, he signalled no ball. So 3 runs there, all important runs for West in this run chase.
He's bowled 2 already, so there's the 3rd. A bit of overstepping. Well left. So, you know, these 2 out here, they're to be fair, they're built for it. The temperament's good. I don't want to put the mock on them just yet, but if ever you wanted 2 guys in a scrap to be out there, it's Emerton and King. And no disrespect to the others in the lineup, but just that feeling of it's full value for your wicket. By all means, put away a bad ball and play everything else on its merit. It could all fall apart. Next ball.
That's very much so. After 19 overs here, West 7 for 34, requires 73 runs. They still have 81 overs maximum to chase these runs down. But for Belmont, 3 more wickets they need. Here comes another onslaught of our canine friends.
A couple of canines.
That's
they're all in the lead. They're all a bit excitable, aren't they?
Jake and Derek. Bailey in the King has hit that confidently to mid-off, no run.
Adds a little bit of atmosphere, doesn't it? I feel like I'm at the animal rescue shelter.
Well, man's best friend. I mean, we'd be lost without them.
We would be.
The one person always sees us happy when we come home.
That's true. They're all over
disappointed when we leave,
we don't take them.
where it's traditionally the other way around. It's from personal experience, of course. Dan Bailey looking for that 5th wicket, looking for a Michelle, coming into James King. Just playing there, defending the ball, showing the respect that bowling warrants. 4 for 15 in his 10th over.
About 15 to the first drinks break there, Dan. And certainly, if you'd like a drink, the Bean Boss is available at Harker Oval, and certainly, as I said before, Elder Street, Lambton, 86 to be precise, will find you the Lambton Fridge, or indeed going the other way, the Duke of Wellington, for a light refreshment on your way home this afternoon.
Bailey to Kings, just struggled on the leg side. He's pushed that away again. No fine leg, just the single,
Just the
square
single.
legs there to reel that in. 7 for 35.
Every run valuable here, notwithstanding that any other reason other than just the idea of building the total to something that at least looks a little respectable.
Very much so.
He bowled out for 20 odd is probably not really. It's like something out of the 1880s. Uncovered
Yes.
wickets.
Yeah, so Mr. Grace and the Demon Spoffeth
Yeah, the demon spot.
taking hat tricks for fun.
That's it. Or WG suggesting that the umpire might have got that one wrong and I'm not moving.
Yes,
Thank
so
you.
it's like, oh, well, okay, you can stay.
Right.
You're bigger than me.
Yeah. That's right.
Bailey bowling to Josh Emerton. Defended that, just trickled out into the leg side, no run.
I say down on the basis that the 30 or so maiden overs yesterday, I wonder how many maiden overs they would have had when they used to field 15 or 22 against the touring sides back in the day.
How did teams score runs?
Who would have thought?
No. How many runs would Bradman have scored in those days with 15 in the field?
Great question.
Well, he hit 6 sixes in his Test career, I believe.
Only, yeah. Yep.
Very hard to keep it along the carpet, and there's no advantage to keep it along the carpet. Bailey Emerton, he's very correct with that technique. He's all over that. And the West crowd appreciating that solid defence.
Every contact being rewarded with acknowledgement there, and quite a good crowd in. To be fair, looking at the grandstand as well, which is not always fully populated, albeit the grand final of the NDCA
You get a great view of the game from the Harker Oval grandstand, because you're not that far from the field.
No,
but
that's true.
You're not on top of the game either. And plenty of shade cover up there, so you won't get hot, you won't get burnt. Front foot no ball called there by the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, Kieran Knight. Be careful on that front foot overstep, and again another valuable run to the Rosellas total.
Seven for 36. Midway through the 20th over. That's quite funny how quickly the overs were getting charged for yesterday. We're 10 minutes from drinks, only been 10 overs this first hour thus far. Here comes Bailey bowling to Emerton. Dug it in. He's had a lash at that on the outside off stump. He's missed it. It could have been perilous for West. It could have also been addition to the runs. But a dot ball on the end of the 20th over. 7 for 36.
I think square of the wicket shots are just pretty difficult unless they're onto the bat. I think while the wicket is pretty benign, it's still hard to get that pace.
To judge that pace onto the ball.
Yeah, and I think Bailey's sort of outdone him on that one. But I think right shot, just as you say, probably fortunate not to get a slight piece of it. Yeah.
7 for 36 after 20 overs. That's 10 overs from last night and 10 overs this morning. If you said we'd have an even more impressive 10 overs this morning than last night, I might have questioned that, but they've taken, 4 for 19 in the first 10 overs this morning to go with the 3 for 17 last night. Now, I think we might have a bowling change.
Yes, geez, hang on and hold on to your hats. It looks like somebody else is bowling. With a change of sight screen, that'll be a right arm over. Is it?
I'm wondering if this is Dominic Simons, perhaps?
Or Ray Cooper. Not sure from this end. He's.
We'll wait till our friends at
probably
My Cricket or Frogbox Central.
Frogbox Central,
come
the
with
My
the
Cricket
update.
people.
Just looking at the wicket takers for this. You've also got Luke Muddle potentially.
I'm sure
I know it's not Jamie Heath, because Jamie Heath is about 3 foot taller than this guy.
Step ladder for Jamie. I think. Jamie's still at mid-off.
That's right. We'll wait to see after he's bowled his first ball, and hopefully My Cricket will have updated.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ian Gillard will be all over this, the Belmont scorer, and obviously father of Joey, who did so magnificently yesterday to batted beyond his years, to be fair.
And again, put Belmont in a position that they're in now.
That's right.
If they other, I mean, at 7 for 35, he's given us something to do today. So it's Ray Cooper.
Ray Cooper and the... I know I wasn't born.
Ray Cooper and the Spandex Starman, maybe.
No, I think you're making that up.
I am. Caught me on the spot.
Ray Cooper, somebody out there will know, one of our valued viewers, maybe Mark McLaughlin, although he's not old enough to know that either.
Ray Cooper's taken 7 wickets this season. A very experienced bowler, and again, he knows line and length. He'll be Johnny on the spot.
He does. Ray's been around the block.
He has.
Ray Cooper and the Whispers or something?
It sounds good.
Well,
maybe.
let's run with that.
Let's go.
Let's run with that.
Maybe. Oh, he's got that away off the stumps.
Leg. Once again,
King
round the
picked
back.
that up well.
Tell you what, I'd love to have the wagon wheel of this West innings. It's, I reckon, 80% of the runs have been scored somewhere between keeper and backwards square.
Yeah,
which is fine if you're not going to put fielders there, but that's okay.
He's walked right across his stumps there. I don't think that ball's too far down the leg side. It was obviously in James King's wheelhouse, or wagon wheel, as you've stated. And he scored a few runs down
wagon
there
wheel,
behind.
Darius Rucker. Just throwing it out there. Is Triple M here today? No, they're not. Okay.
No, we might get them on next year. I believe Phil Northey's still waiting to hear back from them. Can I say that? Big appeal here. Lone Ranger's not interested. Ray Cooper's still interested, but the decision's been made not out. James King again, as I said, the ball before walking across his stumps. Now, that could be something in his technique that Cooper's got him early on and thrown that one up there a bit fuller and straighter.
Could be.
We saw yesterday Joey Price often that first ball of the over, or last ball, hard full and straight at the stumps.
Yep.
He knocked over, took, well, Marcus Hainsworth then.
The old play me down through backward square, but if you come across too far, I'll trap you in front.
That's right.
Could be.
Cooper again. He's played that through the leg side to mid-on.
That's better. Yeah, don't know. Geez, I think
Ray Cooper and the Whispers. There wasn't much whispering going on there.
No, I think I've just been attacked by a massive mosquito. Where's that come from? Unbelievable.
Boys fired up here out here. The Belmont Whips doing everything they can to take this 8th wicket. Comes Ray Cooper into James King, and he's just pushed that away through the offside. It's the end of Cooper's first over. Went for a couple of runs down there to find leg at the start of the over. Just looking to get a quick update on our screen here.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
There's the arrow. Can you see the arrow?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
I'm going blind. 7 for 39, I believe, from memory, is the score after 21 overs.
Yeah, correct.
With captain James King on 7. Josh Emerton on 4. They're giving us leg buys down that leg side. They weren't off the bat. So Dan Bailey's going to continue.
Sorry. I'll give you this back in a sec. Just let me...
Dan Bailey continuing to Josh Emerton here to start the 22nd over. We're 7 for 39. Bailey to Emerton. Oh, he's just dead batted that into the wicket. Back down to Bailey.
Now, Dan, I've just got a really important announcement. Now, this has probably nearly been the highlight of the game without the game going on, but we've had a bit of a challenge out there amongst the West Committee members, and word has it that Russell Smokehouse Mills and Merv Mark, I can smoke better than you can, McLaughlin, have got a couple of, have had a bit of cooking going on over the last, I think, 24 hours, and I'll wait for this ball.
Bailey to Emerton, and again, he's right over the top of that.
Defence. And I've been advised by some young runners, and better them than me to be running around here, to say to all our listeners, certainly those that are in the ground, to get yourself across to the 3 tents in front of the grandstand there, because you'll be able to pick up certainly the usual fare of sausage sandwiches.
No more fish sausages, they've been thrown out.
No, but we have some beef brisket and pork brisket available. In fact, to be honest, I can smell it here right now. It's smoking its way across Harker. Should be ready at, they said 20 minutes from now, so I'm marking my time on 12:20 p.m. So if you're in the vicinity at 12:20 p.m. looking for a bit of a bite to eat, perhaps a bit of, gee, I forgot breakfast this morning, but here I am, or indeed an early lunch, get yourself across to the 3 tents, the Macca's tent down there, and you should be able to pick up certainly a sausage sandwich, some beef brisket or pork brisket as smoked by the great Russell Mills and Mark McLaughlin. And feel free to offer some sort of review on that, on either of them's making. It'll only make them better cooks for the future. A bit of MasterChef going on there.
Yes, Russell Smokehouse Mills and Mark Merv. I can cook better than you can, McLaughlin.
That's it.
Maybe if they need some tasting done to give a more first-hand opinion, that maybe.
So you're suggesting there might be a donation wheeled around here, just
quite possibly. I mean, the best way to promote something is to know the product.
Well,
sales 101.
And normally there's a little bit of freebie giveaways. Early doors, especially for those that might be able to promote on their behalf. So, no, I totally agree there, Dan. So looking forward
to see what comes of it.
Looking forward to a little napkin with a bit of a tasting plate, bit of beef tapas of some description.
If I can avoid that day-old Devon and tomato sauce roll that wasn't required yesterday, that's been in the fridge overnight, well, I will. The
banana bread from the Bean Boss has held me in good stead for the last couple of hours, but I'm just salivating at the opportunity there with that beef. And I had a look at Russell's smokehouse. Well, I was in charge of his alarm this morning, so I hope I haven't screwed it up. And I'm just feeling...
Full of ball there by Bailey Demerton.
I'm just feeling as though I've done a pretty good job with his alarm system. Haven't seen him since he's been back, and he hasn't offered abuse, so I'm assuming it's cooking
all's well in the hood.
Nicely, all well under the hood, perhaps.
End of the 22nd over. And I'd say there's going to be one more over before drinks. And speaking of drinks, the Bean Boss, get on down here to Harker Oval. However you like your coffee, John and Susie Hatton, they'll make it as you will. Look for the pink and black shirts. You got all your coffees, cappuccinos, long black, short blacks. Baby chinos, muggachinos, Alpaccinos. Maybe a Robert De Niro.
Might be a taxi driver.
Possibly.
They're all here. All the stars are here today.
I'm tipping if you want it, they'll make it for you. John and Susie Hatton, the Bean Boss. There's food, there's drinks, there's refreshments, there's shade. There's plenty of room for the kids to play on the hill.
Nicely overcast here now too.
Beautiful.
Man. Just
Ray Cooper bowling to James King, and King's just on the back foot. Hit that to cover, no run.
I think both be happy to get through to the drinks break to be able to reassess where the West's innings is going. This might get us through at 11:59 to that drinks break.
I think so. This will be the last over before
big
drinks.
Shout out from one of a great Lambton and Belmont stalwart in Brad Bannister.
Brad Bannister.
Down in the snow, down towards the Snowy Mountains. He's principal down there, one of the schools, and Brad's just asked for some of that brisket if we could send it down there, and so I'll going to pass that over to McLaughlin and see how his Uber delivery mode is working, Brad, for you. But mate, great to have you listening in, and yeah, certainly, well, it wasn't just a stalwart for both clubs.
Merryweather, Wallsend.
Yeah, massive amount of wickets, certainly here for Lambton New Lambton as it was before he moved to Belmont.
Brad Bannister, he mightn't remember this, and he probably won't, because this is my memory.
We'll soon find out.
But Brad Bannister was the first person I ever saw who had a cricket coffin. Back when I was playing third grade at Wallsend, I was, what, 14, 15, 16?
Yeah, they were around.
30 years. I'm sure they were around, but it was the first time I ever saw one with my own eyes. Of course, the kit bags, but a coffin.
That's it, yeah. You're talking about the firm-sided, as they were, like suitcase sort of thing.
So I'm sure Brad probably remember having one of those. We're going back nearly 30 years at George Farley Oval for training.
Shot!
Great shot by James King. Cut that away.
That's going to go to the boundary.
All the way to the fence for 4. A beautiful shot, the right ball to attack that way, and the captain, James King,
Shot from King.
First boundary of the innings, and that's taken him to those double figures to 11. 7 for 43,
and indeed the first West batsman to make double figures.
First boundary of the innings too.
And first
Tell a lie.
boundary.
Aaron Wivell started off with a boundary first ball.
He did, down through backward square.
But that was a very confident stroke, and that'll give his team confidence because they'll be sitting on the edge of their seat. 7 for 43, just edging that little bit closer to 107, the target. Cooper straight onto the pads then. That's gone away through the leg side. It's beaten mid-wicket. Mid-on chasing that out to the fence. It's not going to go, but they'll settle for 2. And all of a sudden, things just starting to liven up here at Harker Oval. 6 runs from the past 2 balls. And
coming on for the drinks break. And
7 for 45, leading into drinks.
Yeah, Cooper's strayed there a little bit onto the pads of the left-hander, and the ball before, of course, offering a bit of width outside of off stump, and just frees things up a little bit, loosens the mind, and the allowance to play with just a little bit more freedom.
Cooper coming in again to James King. Dug that a bit shorter, but he's cut that just a point. That's over, and I believe that will be drinks. It is drinks after 23 overs. West 7 for 45, requiring another 63 runs. Belmont requiring 3 more wickets. Dan Saunders here with Neil McDonald at Harker Oval, bringing you live coverage here. Live coverage of the grand final here of the NDCA first grade grand final. Just got message then through that Brad does remember having that coffin. I honestly haven't really seen many since. But great memories from days back at Wall's End, and Brad Bannister, one of the stalwarts of the Newcastle District Cricket Association, a great coach, been a great player for many years, doing great things with the veterans cricket as well. It's great to see blokes like Brad still involved in the game locally. But here at Harker Oval, 7 for 45 after 23 overs. Belmont requiring 3 more wickets to claim the first grade premiership. West require 65 more runs. They've got all day to do it. It's going to take a short break before players and umpires rejoin us for the second half of this first session here on day 2. But we have a cracking grand final here at Harker Oval. Get on down here, bring the car, bring the dogs. Like the rest of Newcastle has done so also today. Back here at Harker Oval for the second half of the first session of day 2 here in the NDCA Grand Final between West and Belmont. Belmont batting first, all out for 107. West in reply at drink, 7 for 43. Captain James King is out there on 11. Josh Emmett on strike is 4 not out. Straight away a single just punched there to mid on by Josh Emmett. Dan Bailey bowling his 11th consecutive over.
Continues.
Or 12th, sorry. Bowled 5 overnight, so commencing his 7th over of the morning. 7 for 45.
Had another contribution from Brad Bannister just while the drinks break was being taken. They were, just for your information, Dan, the coffins were stock standard when travelling overseas. Of course, he spent a number of seasons with Dumfries in the Scottish League.
And protected the equipment, I'd imagine.
I'd say so, with airline flights and baggage handlers not being that that caring about what was inside the coffin, and certainly kept his bats intact.
Yes.
A number of them.
No, great.
In the meantime, Brad, we're working hard on the smoked brisket to the Snowy Mountains. I'm just having a bit of trouble contacting the Uber driver. But just passing that back through to the boys in the smokehouse, if they could consider that one as off ground. As
King's got that away off the pads again.
Backward square.
Very strong on the pads. Not quite gone all the way. It's gone for 2. They're not coming back for 3. Good throw, good chase. The King again, picking up where he left off at the drinks break. 2 runs
there
onto the tally. Well, we had a lot of action there in the first hour of play, and I guess this next hour is really going to see where we stand with this match. Look at the crowd over there at the 310s.
Huge crowd.
I know we're here to watch the cricket, but these briskets.
Must be a lot of people on Frog Box today at the ground that's been able to pick up on that message, or certainly the wafting smell of the smoke coming across the ground is just really inviting here, Dan, really inviting. Haven't had that free sample though, noting just yet. Hasn't made its way across.
Maybe there's an autograph signing over there. Maybe one of the legends of the local game could be there offering free autographs. Surely they can't be there. Was it 12:20 the food to be ready for? Maybe they're placing their orders.
12:20 they could be.
Maybe some West merchandise being sold.
NDCA Chairman Paul Marjoribanks, I think, is over there somewhere. I saw him here earlier today. Possibly autograph signing.
Possibly. Maybe. I believe Graham Bruce is here as well. Tim Kamikanis, members of the NDCA committee.
Well, both of those could be, could be worthy autograph offerers.
We'll be might have to go get that up on eBay.
Right, Graham Bruce, a T-shirt signed by Graham Bruce.
Yeah, 99 cents or best offer.
No, certainly a good, good crowd over there, just to take advantage of this this gourmet offering.
Here comes Dan Bailey into James King, focusing on the cricket. And again, looking very solid. He's looking like going to play the innings that's required of him here this afternoon here at Harker Oval. Tell you what, when that sun breaks through the clouds, it's quite warm here. It's still a bit overcast. Well, hello, we've got the PA systems being invaded.
Sausage bacon and say hello. I wonder if hello costs anything extra over there.
Maybe they've got a kissing booth.
No, I don't think.
Snuffy's kissing booth, maybe.
No. I don't think we've invested in that one.
$2 or 3 for 5.
Big shout out to Snuffy, who's somewhere on the GAN, I believe, heading to.
That's right. He's not here today.
Central Australia, I think.
Enjoy your holiday.
Have a good holiday, and you are going with Virginia, so enjoy his company, Virginia. And another one out to Michael McIntyre, who's somewhere over in the Nullarbor, and that's all.
Ray Cooper's pushed that down the leg side, and 4 buys.
And into the water.
We're going to get some bat on that.
Got to say, not everything's dried out at Harker, least of all the guttering. So that's a wet ball now.
It's gone away for 4. Unless I've missed his arm going up. certainly
went,
4 runs of the end total, which is...
Certainly went fine, and again, as I said, without, and I am harping on it, I guess, would love to have a look at the West run chart, because
it's a 4 off the bat to Josh Everton.
I haven't seen too much go. There's been a little in front of the wicket, but there's been a hell of a lot down
behind.
around backward square.
Yeah, use the pace of the ball. 7 for 52, approaching the halfway stage of this run chase.
West looking just certainly a lot better than what they did in the first 10 minutes at the moment, but a long way to go.
Cooper Everton. Everton playing that back down the wicket. Ray Cooper maybe trying to let his bowling do the talking instead of his voice. West just clawing their way back into this arm wrestle. They had Belmont on the ropes big time, but Belmont have fought back admirably. 7 for 52, chasing 108 for victory. With Captain King and experience of Josh Everton at the wicket. Everton playing that out on the leg side for no run.
NDCA got all their lower grades finalised in the suburban districts over time, and congratulations to all the teams that were successful and clubs successful in those finals games.
Yeah, we had a bit of a talk about that yesterday. It must have been with Aaron, but yeah, in the NDCA, 2nd, 3rd and 4th grade. Bowled him! And Ray Cooper's taken a big wicket there. Josh Everton, clean bowled. The 8th wicket has fallen here at Harker Oval.
52.
And things just getting that little bit tighter here. That's just gone straight through. I think
Played
it's
all round
squared him up. But the end result is Ray Cooper's got his first wicket.
Yeah. Played all around that.
Yeah, Josh Everton bowled for 9 and 8 for 52. And got to think Belmont now are really in a prime position at this stage of the NDCA first grade grand final.
Yeah, I would think so, Dan. It's certainly that partnership was pivotal to wherever West's fortunes were going to be. Not to say that the remaining 2 batters, one will be Jeremy Noonan, the other one
Jeremy Noonan, the 2nd greatest find from Dungog, strolling out to the wicket to join his captain James King. And
if he can do half as well as the first find from Dungog, the game will be over. But
he's here. Hope he can play cricket just as well as Doug Walters as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeremy Noonan, sorry, just to say, he bowled very well yesterday.
He did.
And
certain to say that that was just a key wicket, a key partnership, that one, and I think Everton just played all around it, and a good ball from Cooper, just to clean up the castle. So let's see where this takes us now.
Very interesting. 8 for
another ebb and
52. Yeah, look, there's still plenty of questions to be asked in this game that we don't have answers for. Ray Cooper coming into Jeremy Noonan. Full of ball. Full toss just outside off stump, gone straight through to keeper Hainsworth. It's like Cooper's still got a bit more to say out there. Should maybe focus on his bowling. Here to play cricket. Plenty of chatter out there on the field. Sort of drowning out all the barking dogs and all the brisket orders.
Yeah, I think the dogs are certainly settled down. Maybe they're enjoying some of the brisket as well. Upper class dog food.
Well, we're certainly not suggesting it's only fit for dogs.
Well, I'm only mentioning it because we haven't had ours. There's another full toss from Cooper. Obviously, probably wants to focus back on his cricket.
So it's end of the over.
Angry man.
Yes. 8 for 52. Belmont have West now in this run chase. Needing 108 for victory. 25 overs completed. And will Dan Bailey be going again? Looks like they're having a bit of a mid-wicket chat, the Belmont Brains Trust. Captain James King's probably just had a word to Mr. Noonan saying,
I might do this in twos.
Nothing silly. Get in, solid defence, and leave the fancy stuff to me.
Yeah.
crowd building up here at Harker Oval. Come on down. Looks like Dan Bailey's going again. As expected, you'll be looking to get that 5th wicket for himself and the 9th wicket for his team.
You're all sweating on the home crowd, all sweating on a result for the Rosellas, and it's looking a long way off at the moment.
Yeah, it's been a massive turnaround in fortunes this game. The King letting that ball go outside off stump. 8 for 52. Interesting to see if this first innings makes it to the lunch break. Of course, there's X amount of overs have to be bowled on day 2, so if these runs or wickets are taken before lunch, the second innings will commence. So not everything will be over.
Time for everyone.
That's right. Here comes Bailey bowling to James King. James King's hit that confidently and hard down the ground. That's going to go all the way into the fence. A confident stroke, and maybe that's James King telling us how he's going to approach.
I think if it's there to hit
this innings.
If it's there to hit, I think he'll play if it's in his arc. It's a nice straight drive.
Beautiful
quite
shot.
A safe shot.
Oh, okay. Got Stephen Elliott, the chairman of the Suburban Districts and president of the Redhead Cricket Club, sitting down here in front of us, and
he's got a bit of water experience, I think, Dan.
A bit of aqua experience, yeah. But the ball's there's hit a puddle, so it could actually be quite damp. You can see it mid off there.
Although I might add that the ball hit a puddle just before Emmerton was dismissed as well. So let's play that bit by ear. But
okay.
But I agree. There's unfortunately
thanks for that insight into the game, Stephen Elliott.
Thanks, Stephen.
Another. That's gone all the way onto the top of the hill. The first 6 of the grand final. Captain James King taking this innings by the scruff of the neck.
I think King's taken the approach that in a nice sort of way, we all bat down to 11, but 10 and 11 are in now, and in all honesty, it's questionable as to whether the runs are going to come from the other end. So
Dan Bailey's going to come around the wicket. Yeah. I thought maybe Jamie Hoop was coming down on the fence to...
Yeah, no, I think he's going to work his abs and everything else out to try to move that side screen. But, yeah, I think King's intentions are clear. It's either 2 or 4 over the top or push a single to get strike at the other end of the over. And that'll be an interesting cat and mouse piece between him and Belmont captain Marcus Hainsworth.
Interesting to see how Dan Bailey changes up his bowling now. He's coming around the wicket to James King.
King's gone again straight, and that'll go again. That's going to be 4 more into the puddle.
14 runs from the past 3 deliveries. And all of a sudden, from 8 for 52 at the start of the over, West now 8 for 66.
Yeah, I think in many ways...
it's the right approach.
It's the right approach.
All of a sudden, King's 29 off 45 balls. 3 4s and a 6, and
the thing about James King too is that it's not indiscriminate hitting. He's hitting through the line.
He's playing cricket strokes.
If it's there to hit, he's hitting. And at this stage, with 2 wickets in the bank, no point in defence.
Well, not only that, but as close as they can get to that total, should they fall short, it just makes that outright result becomes. Best off
getting as close as they can, rather than be having 60 behind on the first innings or something like that. So we're 8 for 66 at the moment off 25.4.
Mid-on's back on the long-on fence, so we've got to sweep it down here. Let's see how King approaches this ball from Dan Bailey. It's a fuller ball, wide of the stumps.
Just to gully, no run. It's a better ball.
Yeah, bowling in that corridor didn't work for the first half of the over. The King's shown his intention. If it's there, he's going to attack. And certainly brought the crowd alive here at Harker Oval.
Yeah, the West crowd, a lot of time for everything that James King's done at this club, and it'd be no more deserving leader to bring this one off. But a long way to go.
We can see some of the hitting like he did in the Summer Bash here. He scored 100. Some of the most cleanest hitting you'd see.
Yeah, that'll be a single there. That's
smart batting.
Very smart batting.
Last ball of the over, taking that single. And 8 for 67 at the end of the 26th over. Overs we probably don't need to focus on anymore. No. It's all about the runs. 8 for 67, still 41 runs shy of victory here in the first grade grand final Belmont requiring 2 wickets themselves for victory here to raise that NDCA Premiership Shield here at Harker Oval this afternoon.
It's just such a, you know, for the lovers of cricket, it's just such an, I guess, an interestingly poised game. We've got the 2 wickets, so 2 decent balls, 2 catches, 2 whatever you like to call it, 2 miss hits.
Yeah.
And yet on the other hand, from what King has done in that last over, 4-4-1, there's 9 runs that you know, yesterday was taking 9 overs to get.
That's right.
The game can change. It puts pressure back on the bowler, certainly on any fielder who doesn't want the ball to come to them. So they've spread everybody right out now. This is where you need the one-day ring, didn't they?
Very interesting. I think they're trying to give him the single, which I'm not sure whether he'll take, but they've got more of a backwards square, a very wide, fine leg on the fence. They've got a backwards square on the fence.
They got everyone
deep
on the
cover
fence,
on the fence, long off on the fence.
They got a sweeper at cover out there on the fence.
Ray Cooper digging in, and that's gone down
And
to
he's
third
played
man.
it down.
A beautiful. That's going to go all the way to the fence. That's 4 runs.
All right.
A beautiful shot there by James King. This crowd has come alive. Neil McDonald's going off.
Well, just to put this into perspective, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 players on the fence, and he's found a gap.
At third man, where it's probably been the slowest all day, and that rocketed to the fence.
And in fact, here we go. Here's your 8th man on the fence at third man. So it's it's interesting, and it's sure it's all about giving him 1 rather than giving him 2, and we'll work away at the other end. But
8 for 71.
Interesting to see one take an approach like that, which has been so different to what they had 2 overs ago.
Very much so. We'll see what Cooper's approach is now. Hopefully might quieten him up. Just focus on cricket. Ray Cooper bowling to James King. On his pads.
No, that's okay. They've gone down to fine leg. Funnily enough, there is a fine leg in for the first time today. Declined taking the single. That's okay. He's probably looking to minimise the amount of strike that Dungog Noonan gets to take. That's right. Okay.
I mean, they've got all day to get these runs.
Plenty of time.
And Captain King here is probably going to want to farm as much of the strike as possible. And that's not a dig at Noonan's ability, it's more the captain taking responsibility. He can focus.
He's an upper order batsman, Newcastle representative.
That's right. He can control on what he can control.
Cooper using his foot to good experience. But not that was ever going to
Better than putting it in your mouth.
I would think so.
So third man, cover, fine leg, square leg.
I hope when we get towards the end of the over that we don't forget to wake them up and bring them in. Might have to stop the single.
Well, see if they're on the ball for that. Ray Cooper charging it again to James King.
Yeah, he's taken the 1.
Taking the 1 now.
Taking the 1. Oh, gee, is everybody staying out? Oh, no, they're not. Oh, okay.
Well, they bring everyone in for Noonan.
There we go. Who would have thought?
Any balls remaining in this over?
We have.
There's still 2.
2 to come. Yeah,
so James King moves to 35.
And as we say again, no disrespect to Jeremy Noonan, but nothing to say that he's going to last these 2 balls. But having said that, if he does, he's doing a good job for his team.
That's right. All he needs to do is just defend. He's tried to defend there. Cooper's got one to beat the bat.
More advice being offered there, I think, which is always nice, but I don't think it got him out. So,
well, I'm not sure why Ray Cooper's offering any advice. It's one of the early wickets to go cheaply yesterday.
Yeah, he was.
Maybe focus more on playing the game and less on the chatter. What's otherwise been a great game of cricket. You're ashamed for individual to lessen the colours. Such a great game of cricket. Here comes Cooper again. Noonan's got in there and defended that out. That's the end of the 27th over here at Harker Oval. 8 for 72, the Rosellas. 36 runs remaining for victory. Belmont require 2 wickets.
This is all getting a bit tight now, Dan.
It's getting quite tight. Still 34 minutes.
Particularly for the Belmont boys who, in many ways, over the 10 overs last night and the overs we've had today have held sway. They've been very good at what they've done, and they've been able to do it without a lot of pressure. But
great fight back by Belmont.
30 runs, it all becomes just a little bit tighter.
True. That last over from Dan Bailey went for 15. Now Dan Bailey's going again. The field's all going out, so I guess Belmont are now looking more to restrict runs, maybe get King off strike than taking his wicket, because I don't see him holding out to these guys. I think he's too experienced to take the long handle in that way. Got mid on, well, long on, long off, mid wicket, backward square, fine leg, all on the fence. We've got points deep. Gully's now dropping back. Cover is at standard. Can't see through that sight screen if there's anyone on the leg side to save one.
There's a deep square.
Bailey's put that onto the pads. It's been pushed
out to that deep square.
So that's out to the fence, but no run taken.
No runs.
No one out there, so it's just who's on the fence. Thank you, Stephen Elliott, our roving sideline reporter here for Frogbox.
Yeah, got him here. It's on where the covers go.
Okay, now there's someone moving across there.
Deep square,
mid wicket, saving one.
Can't see.
I just saw a guy in a blue hat. He's behind the sight screen there.
Certainly, there's
Dan Bailey to James King. What a battle! Oh, I thought that a bowling. Great ball there by Bailey. He's got that on the stumps, and
well bowled by Bailey.
King, not having much luck with that one. 8 for 72. I don't get any more grand finals than this match we have on at present. 2 wickets or 36 runs. Who will crack first? Who will strike first? Dan Bailey looking for that 5th wicket. Here comes Bailey again to King. Full of ball there. Now King's hit that out, the third man. He's taken the first quick. He's coming back for 2. No, he's sent him back. And he's run out. Noonan has been run out. He hasn't gotten that bat down. And the Lone Ranger's finger has come up. They were looking to come back for a second there. King sent Jeremy back. He went back. But I think when he's gone to ground his bat the first time, he must have missed. Hainsworth went for the stumps the first time.
There's a comedy of errors in that one.
It was, but the end result is West have lost their 9th wicket. Jeremy Noonan has been run out. 9 for 72, and West.
Stewie Morgan's your incoming batsman. A comedy of errors there. I mean, the miss stump taking opportunity when he was first out of his crease. It's a little bit too far away, and we don't have a sight-on view of this. But
the scorers would have had a fantastic view of that elevated up there on the square leaf boundary.
The fact that he didn't get it down was very disappointing. But it's probably only always one in it, to be fair. Straight off the bat down to the one of the many players that are on the boundary.
Now things are awfully tight. 9 for 72 here at Harker Oval. You just update that. James King being joined at the wicket by Stewie Morgan. Thank you. Yeah, why not? Barbecue sauce. Sight screen being moved. 9 for 73. West require 35 runs. Belmont require 1 wicket. And the new batsman, Stuart Morgan, will be on strike, facing Dan Bailey. Noel McDonald, comment.
Stu looked pretty good in the warm-up this morning, the hit-up. And as I say, we do bat down to 11, but finals do funny things to cricketers. I'd like to think that Stewie could hold up an end here and...
We've seen 6 for 56 fall in 17.5 overs this morning. Stuart Morgan facing Dan Bailey. Full of ball there on the stumps, just played away. Now Stuart Morgan scored 51 runs this season, an average of 10. Top score of 20, only had 7 innings this year. So he's certainly not a bunny, can bat. And I think James King will definitely now try to take as much of the strike as possible and get as close to this 107 or the target of 108 as much as possible. Dan Bailey looking for that elusive 5th wicket. West 9 for 73. Here comes Dan Bailey to Stuart Morgan. hit him on the pads. They're all gone up. The Dark Knight says no.
Not out. Looking for this fifth, hands on hips.
I think that was a fair decision. He had a big step down the wicket. It hit high on the pad. Very difficult to tell
didn't get
from
up much. Going down leg, the Dark Knight just suggesting there. So Dan's got to trudge back to his mark. I'm
tipping the Belmont boys will be going up for everything. It'll be like seeing the ladies at bingo.
Be
Anything
surprised
that
if
hits
they
a
weren't.
pad now.
Legs 11. All the eights, 88.
There's that run out now just on the replay, which again I missed. But side on, we're not going to see. Short Morgan on strike to face his third ball. Here comes Dan Bailey. Confident stroke there, just punched out there to mid-wicket on the leg side. That is the end of the over. Stewie Morgan's done his job there for his captain. The end of the 28th over, 9 for 73. James King not out on 36. 4 boundaries, 1-6. It's already been out there for 71 minutes.
Yeah.
Time's flown. Time flies, you're having fun.
It does. As I say, the King, argumentative as to whether the West's innings yesterday could have been a little bit more batter oriented in those last 10 overs, but it is what it is. But he works well with the tail, and we're certainly right down to the tail right now, aren't we? So 1 wicket, 30 odd runs, and everybody leaning on the fence by the look of it. I can't see anybody. There's a player at cover who's probably feeling a bit lonely.
Okay, so there's no one at cow, which is interesting.
Yeah, there's a cover mid-wicket. I think if Cooper's straight, King tends to go straight, so I reckon your mid-off, mid-on are probably chances. The NBN cameraman down the far end might be a chance of catching one. Let's wait and see. Tommy Harbour just kindly bringing up a little snack for the commentators. It's very kind of him.
Thank you, Tommy.
Does a great job, Tommy. West junior and senior player. Thanks, Tommy. Very good. And well, no, you go. Gee, I'll tell you what, they've put a really good sausage/onion sandwich here. Look, if you're down here at Harker and you're looking for one of the finest bits of sausage and onion and barbecue sauce, come watch Dan eat this. He's doing an outstanding job. Just ball being played down through to about down to third man, and third man just throwing it in. And
can certainly vouch for the sausage sandwiches. Certainly skimping on the bread, but that's okay. Folded in half's fine.
No, I
something
agree
for
with
nothing.
that.
Always very much appreciated. But the barbecue,
it's a financial cost to put both down, Dan.
Understood completely, and make twice as many for half the cost. It's smart business.
That's it. If we can go one, the sausages are high quality though.
And they're warm too, so they could get to Brad Bannister.
Meat company that
the Snowy Mountains will still be hot.
There
James King's gone hard and straight.
It's gone over. It's maximum. 6 runs.
It is a King stroke by the King.
Over mid-off. There was no chance there for the fielder down there in front of the McDonald's sign, near the Lambton Fridge sign.
Great stroke there by James King. Takes him to 42. The total 9 for 79.
Hits really well. He and Joey Price have been going in a 6-hitting comp during the year, and James might have just shaded him now, but
well, he's added an extra 2 to his total today. 9 for 79.
Happy to have viewer input to that, but great shot there from.
I think that ball's actually
King.
Left Harker Oval. It's gone visiting at Ford Oval next door.
Tell you, the only other place it could have ended up in is the storm water drain up and over the fence, but it would have been a fair hit to get that far. But that was a great stroke.
Oh, Dolly's back.
Great stroke from King, and again, just something that at this stage of the innings is needed. Will he go again? That's the question.
Cooper's bowled that
gone
full.
Again. He's gone full. He's going to take the single here.
Single. Interesting play.
Yeah.
No, next one.
Oh. Yep. How many times are you going to do it?
Just the one.
Oh.
Well, I thought you hit the one next one. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
So 9 for 80, I believe. We're just waiting for the scores to update on our screen. But Stuart Morgan is now on strike, the number 11. He's faced 3 balls so far. From up there.
Yeah, I think we've got a bit of connectivity with My Cricket. Looking forward to them catching up as we go live with Stu Morgan, Ray Cooper into bowl.
9 for 80. 28 runs shy of victory, Wes. Well
Well
defended there by
played.
Morgan. Captain showing faith in his number 11. Great to see.
Healthy round of applause there from all the spectators here today, at least those that are supporting the Rosellas. Yes, no, the mic, 979, yeah, the My Cricket people.
The touch slow as well. They've
Not
taken
quite
a
up to
single
date.
since then. So King not out on
Have.
43.
There we go. All right, big Ray Cooper into bowl.
Didn't want the pad,
No,
but
that's
no.
going down leg from here. Wouldn't have hit the third set of stumps.
Another over, another survival. 9 for 80 at the end of the 29th over. Still 28 runs required for victory by West. Belmont require 1 wicket. Come on down to Harker Oval. See, watch this all unfold. We've still got approximately 23 minutes until the lunch interval. Will this first inning still be going through to lunch? Dan Bailey's going to see what he has to say about that. He's already bowled 14 overs, 9 of those this morning, about to start his 10th over with 4 for 36 from those 14 overs, including some of the big scalps. Just missing Price and Wivel in quick succession. Dan Bailey ready to bowl. Long on's back, long off's back, mid wicket's back, deep square legs back. Ball's just punched back down the ground. No single to be taken.
There's a common theme going on here. The defence of Belmont. Interesting tactic. I'm sure that if King gets something in his half, he'll go hard. And judging by what he's done so far, there's no boundary deep enough. But that's into the future as Bailey's at the top of his mark again.
He's
There
gone
it
after
goes.
it. It's gone along the ground. Will just bounce in front of long on. No run taken once again.
Be some nervous fielders out there, I think, Dan. Just
yeah. Don't come
wanting,
to me. Don't come to me.
Don't want that ball to come to me and put it down at this late stage. You would think, although their catching and fielding's been pretty good, Belmont.
I don't think there's been any drop catches in this match thus far.
No.
Fielding's been exceptional on both teams. Slower ball there by Bailey. Smart bowling. King just
Got to field his own bowling because there's nobody within 50 metres of the ball.
well, Hainsworth is captain. Doesn't have to fetch those.
No, that's
It would have
true.
been the closest
No,
to the ball.
I wouldn't be fetching it either if I was the keeper doing all of that. He's done a great job behind the stumps, Marcus. And yeah, just setting the field nicely deep enough that if King wants anything, he's basically going to have to clear a boundary.
The King's going to have to do all the work himself. Here comes Dan Bailey bowling West captain James King. He's hit that well. They've taken one.
One out through to mid-wicket, essentially. There's four players converge on it, but the true mid-wicket actually got to it.
It's a totally on to
It's a
81.
single.
9 down. 27 runs required for victory now. Stuart Morgan back on strike. And just finishing the end of that lovely sausage sandwich. Thank you to the guys over there at the Three Marquees. Cooked to perfection. Mwah, beautiful.
I don't know who's responsible for that, whether it was Ian Harborne, probably his wife Mandy, more to the point.
Guaranteed.
But either way, that's just been one of the better sausage sandwiches I've ever had. Thanks so much.
Bailey to Morgan. Morgan looking very confident and the crowd appreciating that as well.
It'll be every ball here, Dan. Every ball will be well appreciated, I would think, while ever it doesn't pick up a wicket. So Stu Morgan showing quite a broad bat.
Field's all in.
1 wicket. Yeah, gee, what a surprise.
Yes, that ring field. Dan Bailey been toiling away here, looking to take this final wicket for the Whips as their quest for this premiership. Here he comes in again. A bit shorter length that.
I think Morgan's half gone to play that, and then I think the ball hit him.
Most importantly, it's end of the over. No wicket down.
Another over survived.
After 30 overs, 20 overs completed this morning, 30 overs of the innings, 9 for 81. And James King playing this captain's knock we expected. 44 not out of 62 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes. And Stewie Morgan faced 7 balls and done an admirable job thus far. King now back on strike.
Nothing beyond King here, especially if he gets a couple in his half of the wicket. Been able to clear boundaries without any problem, and he's got an ally up the other end in Stu Morgan. So between the two of them, nothing's impossible. Ray Cooper might have something to say about this as he comes into bowl. King squares him up a little bit. No run, ball zeked out to cover. Cooper's bowled 5 straight, he's into his 6th over. 1 wicket Belmont searching for. Still a long way to go in this game though. Into bowl. Solid shot from King, driven on the ground straight out to Jamie Heath, stalwart of the Belmont club. Jamie fielding it deep long off. No run taken.
Yeah, they got poor old Jamie going long on to long on, or long off to long off.
He's doing a fair amount of, although he's got a fairly long gait in his
legs.
It's
about 8 strides. No, great stalwart for Belmont cricket and Newcastle cricket. Here comes Ray Cooper again into James King. Bit shorter, King's just all over that, just defending that back into the wicket. No conversation to be had there. Back to the bowling mark. Still 9 for 81.
9 for 81, about 15 before lunch at the moment, Dan. 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15
Certainly
before
if you're
lunch.
looking for a bit of beef or pork brisket, I think the lads over there will still have some available. Certainly the sausage sandwiches are to die for. So still haven't worked out on that Uber service to Bradley Bannister down there in the Snowy Mountains, but we'll keep an eye on that for you, Brad. Great to have you listening in. King drives. Oh, Cooper's very quick back onto that, but I don't ever think they were.
No intention of a single there.
Now, King's taken a single on about the 3rd or 4th ball of the over, which has saved Hainsworth from having to think about whether he wants to bring a field in at any stage. It'd be interesting to see if we get through to ball 5 and what he does decide to do then.
Yeah, I think we're at ball 4 now. I'm tipping if the run's on here, he'll take it.
I think you're right.
See where Cooper lands this. He's had a good go at that, and again, he's hit it straight down the long on, and they've taken the comfortable single. 9 for 82. Inching closer and closer to this target. 108 is the target. 107 for a tied final.
Well, wouldn't that be
it would be very interesting.
Situation.
Has that ever happened in the history of the NDCA first grade competition?
Aren't I here to ask those questions?
That's okay. Maybe one of our loyal listeners or frog boxers. What do we call a person who watches frog box? A frogget?
I don't know. I'll have to.
Frogwit?
I have to go. No. No. Frog lover.
Frog lover. An amphibian. Well, I'm going to just shut up, I think. I'll go back to the cricket while you figure that one out. End of the over there. 31 overs gone. 9 for 82. James King, 45 not out. Stuart Morgan doing a great job supporting his captain, who's yet to get off the mark. Runs for him is not important, just maintaining presence at that other end of the wicket to James King. Dan Bailey going to go again to bowl his 16th over. His 11th of the morning. Looks like
Coming.
we'll bowl unchanged through
Dan's
the
going to come
lunch.
round the wicket as long as we can get the southern end sight screen out of the gutter. Looks to be a little
It
engineering,
looks like they've bogged the sight screen.
engineering effort down here. It's Harker's taken a lot of water in recent weeks, and as has every ground in Newcastle. But
Okay, field's all back out on the fence. Six boundary riders. Here comes Bailey to King. Oh, what a great ball. Little leg cutter there.
that is a good ball.
That's come in and
Squared
then
him
zipped
up.
away off the wicket. And I think King even acknowledged that.
Yeah, squared him up. Great ball. Nearly took the edge of the bat through to Hainsworth.
Great delivery. No slips. All slips are out now. Third man's back on the fence. I think we might even have 7 on the fence now.
Almost putting it to you that the area through slips might be worthy of a 4. Third man's reasonably square.
You'd have to get it
Might be
very
able-
fine.
Might be
And
able to turn one round the corner. There's plenty of spectators at that northern end.
Shane is very strong on his pads.
Yeah, he is. And again, most left-handers, it seems to be a trait of theirs, and especially if the bowler strays on there, that left-hander strength, even more so than the right-hander, seems to be off their pads. So
Seagull.
there's
Is there a fine leg on the fence down there?
There's 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yep.
7.
Mid wicket, 7 on the fence.
7 on the fence.
We've got a cover, a mandatory cover, and he's even a little bit deeper, and a mid wicket.
There'd be a
saving
cover,
the
mid
one.
wicket, and the keeper, and
Everyone else
apart
back
from
on the
Dan
fence.
Bailey, that's about it. There's
Oh.
a drop catch. Put him down.
He's hit that very hard. One hand's gone out to stop that.
Caught and bowled chance, but nearly
Yeah.
cut Bailey in half. But
That's still $2 in the tin, but a very,
it's got to be a
very,
donation
very
there to the Belmont end of season trip. But chance there that could have been taken, but yeah, it would have been really sharp. Bailey now wringing his hand.
It's his bowling hand too. Certainly hit that back hard.
He did. Yeah, I think Bailey just ruining the opportunity of being able to throw that ball up as the 10th wicket. But single to King, that puts
83, 25 runs remaining.
Stewie back on strike.
Number 11, Stuart Morgan, facing Dan Bailey. What twists and turns does this have for us next?
Yeah, former.
They're taking the quick single there. Sure if that's off the bat or the pad. We'll wait for the
He'll be hoping it's off the bat to get him off the
Dark
mark.
Knight, and that is a run.
It's a run to Stu Morgan. I tell you, we're getting some really good feedback from our fan base out there, Dan, and just some really good insights from former long-time captain around Newcastle and Newcastle representative cricketer, indeed international cricketer, Brad Bannister.
Yes.
Risky game having everyone out. Runs are at a premium.
Correct.
And, couldn't agree more, and the temptation of allowing King the right to, let's call it hit over the top, is then the challenge. But once you've got fielders out, there's another single.
But
They'll
also
retain the strike.
hit the right gap. There's an easy 2 in a lot of areas on the ground.
It's a big ground, well, maybe not the world's biggest ground, but a big ground, Harker, and it can look fairly, a lot of gaps between players, and with the ball not running maybe
That's right.
as well as it would do, there's a chance of plugging and
Dropping it in there on the
and
off of the
having
leg
that-
side, maybe
30 or 40 metres between players can be the chance of running a 2. It's only a
just tucked
20 metre pitch.
off the hip there, or maybe just backward of point. But Morgan back on strike to Bailey, and well defended.
Well defended.
And killed the end of the last
the
ball,
end of
that
the over.
32nd over. 9 for 85. West, 23 runs away from victory. Belmont, 1 wicket away from victory. And we are 10 minutes away from the lunch interval here at Harker Oval in downtown Lambton. Get down here, the Bean Boss. Plenty of coffee still available. Plenty of sausage sangers, pork briskets, beef briskets, soft drinks, adult beverages, you name it. Plenty of parking still available. The hill does have quite a presence. Bring your dogs down, bring the kids. Plenty of room to play. Plenty of room for anything. Easter Saturday here at Harker Oval. Day 2 of the NDCA first grade grand final. And it certainly lived up to the hype. First versus second. We knew it would be a great game of cricket. At this time yesterday, Belmont was 7 for 30. Batting first. 24 hours later, who'd have thought this game would be as tight as it is. James King, 47 not out. Here comes Ray Cooper.
The bowl at the northern end just gave himself a little bit of room, squeezed out through point, no run. Cooper on a pretty good line there. Difficult to get away, and just a bit not quite on a full length. So I'm sure that if he gets something in his area, that King will move right into the ball. And well, if he makes it, and it's still a little way to go, but it'd be just a tremendous 50 from the skipper.
Could be a match-winning 50.
Certainly could be.
Ray Cooper coming in again to James King. Oh, slash at that,
There
outside off stump. Straight through to Hainsworth.
Had a little slash that would have probably got him to, I'm thinking, down again. Third man is where he is, but would have probably gone fine. Probably didn't get a tickle on it, sure, but could a little bit of bat face on it, maybe splitting third man and deep point.
Deep point. So fine leg, backward square, mid wicket, long off, long on, cover and third man all on the boundary. 7 fielders on the fence. Ball's just popped up there off the side of the wicket. Going to whip that one away.
Took a bit of pad, that one. I think he was looking, would have been quite happy to pop that over, watching out for the cars there at long on. Just adjacent to Ford Oval.
Yeah, so inside the ring, just a cover and mid-wicket there to save the single.
Belmont boys pumped themselves up, and this is, in the context of the game, it's kind of been a decent both time and run scoring partnership. There it goes.
He's had a good hit at that.
Safe.
It's gone wide of mid-on, and that's 4.
4 runs. That's his 50.
It's a great shot, and that brings up the half century for James King in a much-needed innings for his team. 51.
James King goes to 51.
75 balls, 5 fours, 2 sixes. As you heard there in the background, possibly the crowd. Very appreciative. It's actually gone all the way. It's gone to 6.
Well, again, it's the furthest part of the ground for us.
Fantastic stroke. How's he hit that for 6 over? I guess that's extra cover.
Yeah, really, again, powerful straight. Straight and slightly off centre. Here he goes again. He's pulled that one. He'll pull it for a single. Ray decided to find out what his half of the wicket was doing. Bowled a bouncer. King's up to the challenge.
We got that right. 9 for 92. King on to 54.
Just checking our score here. It's getting quite exciting now, if it wasn't exciting before.
9 for 92. James King 54
not out.
1 run, 1 ball remaining in this over. And the score now, 16's the target. This is going to be a very long 40-minute lunch break for both teams. Here comes Ray Cooper bowling to Stuart Morgan. Oh, playing a miss. End of the over.
Big effort ball there from Ray. Plenty of grunt going on, but it's a bit Monica Sellers-like.
23 overs gone today, 33 overs gone for the innings. There's still 67 overs of play maximum left today. But West, all they're focusing on is one number, that's 16. Belmont, 1. Require 1 wicket. Still 5 minutes until the luncheon interval. Now, is there a provision in play that, should the game a result be possible, where they can push the lunch break back, and then maybe lunch break be a change of innings, or will they go at 1 o'clock?
Aren't you on the NDCA committee?
I'm not on the NDCA committee. I do lend a hand on the fixtures and permits, but nothing to do with the rules.
I have trouble. I think the rule book's awfully big.
Need to be able to read. Need to be able to read to know the rules.
We can spend a bit of time on that in the afternoon if you like, but I think there's probably a few too many rules. To keep it a simple game. The answer is, I'm not sure if the 9th wicket is down as to whether you extend by 20 minutes. Not sure.
Maybe one of our...
happy to have a bit of NDCA input.
Input advice. Brad Bannister may be aware.
Has Royce McCormack possibly arrived at the ground yet?
Dan Bailey to James King. Defending there through on the offside.
We're at 12:56
Stephen Elliott, are you aware of
PM
any
Eastern
rules regarding
Standard
change
Time.
of innings?
Looking
Sun's
forward,
broken through again.
What about Tim Karamakaris? He's here somewhere, isn't he?
I believe so.
Tim would know what's going on.
We can only hope. Tim, great man, leader of the Waratah Mayfield District Cricket Club. Here comes Dan Bailey to James King. Down the leg side, didn't get a tickle on that.
Down leg side, well taken by Hainsworth. He had to move a little way across there. It's not quite the long way down for the veteran here at Belmont. It's been around for a long time. Excellent custodian behind the stumps though is Marcus. I'm just getting another viewer insight here. Isn't the extra half hour only applicable at tee? I'll respond by saying I'm looking forward to the NDCA providing some update on that for us, Mr. Bannister, Snowy Mountains. And
Bailey's taken the single off Bailey. James King's taken the single. Takes him along to 55, the total to 93. The target is 15 more runs. Belmont, one more wicket. Every ball is a contest.
Tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to back the umpires in.
I'll tell you, Phil Ranger and Kieran Knight have both had splendid games.
The Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger and the Dark Knight. The umpires really get credit, especially where it's due. And
well, I reckon they'll have an idea of what's going on here, and that'll be just adding to their appointment, I think, if they can work this
I could
one
go
out.
for a run out there maybe at the end of the over and ask.
No spectators allowed on the...
what about commentators?
Possibly.
Maybe Dolly. Dolly probably get away with it.
We could send Dolly out there. I reckon there'd be
Put a little note in the collar.
Yeah, huge chase going on there for Dolly.
Here comes Dan Bailey bowling the Stuart Morgan. Solid defence.
Solid, yeah. No, Stu, it's one thing he'll do well is the defence. Not to say that a good ball's not going to get through him, but no, looking as solid as he did from the first ball he faced out there, Stu Morgan.
Doing a great job for his team.
Very underrated member of the West side squad. Premiership winner a couple of years back, and just has good experience about what it takes. Does a good building job as well, does Stu Morgan. So
okay.
If you're looking for a bit of building around there, he's more than happy to take this on.
There he is, solid again. Rock solid, just punching that down on the offside. One ball remaining here in this 34th over. 9 for 93, 15 runs. The target here for West to get to that 108 total. Belmont, they've taken 9 wickets, one more wicket to raise that NDCA first grade premiership shield.
Dave Redden's just called in, but
Dave
unfortunately I just won't take that on air because I don't know what the delay is for Dave, but I'm sure Dave will understand that hang on, he's, no, I have the Elysiu. Rules for 9 down. Oh, hang on, here we go. Dave Redden has...
He sent the rule book in, has he?
The great man. Rules for 9 down.
Just while you quickly do that. 9 for 93 at the end of the 34th over.
Looking forward to the next text from Dave. That'll alert us to what happens with rules for 9 down. I'm on the edge of my seat with this one.
James King 55. Stewie Morgan 1.
And the time is...
I'll say this will be the last over before drinks.
It's actually 1 o'clock, so this is a bit controversial unless they do go through. It's a half hour extra at lunch. Dave Redden has...
Okay, so we may well play till 1:30.
So this looks like being a 1:30 effort, which will be a long session.
That might be the case. As I said, 9 down and 15 runs.
Just like to say, one of the best announcers around tea, and tea as well. Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Dave Redden, fantastic commentator.
We're not doing justice to his efforts behind the golden microphone, but big shout out to Dave. Did a great job at the Central Coast annual presentation evening, the Davidson Medal, a couple of Wednesday evenings ago, and been a massive contributor to Frogbox commentary during this season. Of course, connected up with the Stockton Cricket Club, the club champions.
Okay, so Cooper's coming around the wicket now to King.
Probably trying not to offer King the width that he offered him last over, where that ball went for 6 over extra cover. But in saying that, it's been a long spell for Cooper. He's into his 8th over now, and pretty warm conditions out there, Dan, with the moisture out of the ground and the sort of cloudy atmosphere holding in the sun.
Full of ball, straight back down the wicket to Cooper. No, you're right, and all the sun, when it gets through those clouds, there's quite a bite in it. But so a lot of those overcast clouds hanging around. I don't think we're in danger of getting any rain. But beautiful here, it's 24 degrees.
Is that all?
under the marquee, it's probably more feeling like 32. But here comes Ray Cooper, ready to charge in again for James King on 55 not out. Cover drive there.
He's going to take the single into Heath. I don't think Heath will allow them a second. There's only a 1 down to Jamie Heath.
9 for 94.
All the agility of his 3 metres.
9 for 94. 14 runs required here by West. They're just picking off a run at a time, and then when it's in his wheelhouse, King's been taking the boundaries. Stewie Morgan being a lot of faith put into his batting here by his skipper. Still 3 balls remaining in this over.
Yeah, these will be 3 tight balls here, and the Belmont guys will be on the edge of their seat here.
Plenty of encouragement
Big
for Ray Cooper by his
Go Ray.
2 slips in a gully. Former Sri Lankan team manager. Here comes Cooper. Down. He's angling down the leg side.
Down leg. Going down leg from here, and we're at second slip.
Yeah. But again, they're going to go up for
Might
everything.
appear to be biased commentary, but
no, look,
not by you, by me.
No, straight away I thought that was going down the leg side. But again, I expect them to go up for everything.
In fact, to be fair, if Stu had got bat on it, it could have been 4 runs down through fine legs. That might have been how close it was to hitting any set of stumps. But
yeah.
as you
great decision by the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, as you said a couple of overs back, it'd be unusual not to go up for everything here.
Especially at 9 down. They'd sell their grandmother for the victory, I think. Ray Cooper coming in again to Stuart Morgan. Oh, and I thought he hit that.
Well, I think he's hit that.
Not sure what they're appealing for here. They're all gone up.
Pretty confident.
Church was yesterday, guys, so I'm not sure who they're praying to.
You're allowed to use the bat.
We've got our co-commentator Neil McDonald offering some advice here from the commentary position.
Happy to have something slowed down and analysed by Hotspot, but could have sworn that sounded a bit woody.
I thought he smashed the cover off it, but we are 100 metres away. Most of the grandstand too felt that there might have been a little bit of tree in that as well. But the fact remains, with 1 ball remaining in this 35th over, taking the extra half hour as a result could be imminent. 9 wickets down.
Best off ensuring the 4 1/4 inches of the bat in the old vernacular is the only thing in the way of the ball at this stage. But certainly big pressure applied by Cooper.
And another great decision by the Dark Knight. Sorry, the Lone Ranger. Sorry, Phil. Ray Cooper thinking long and hard about what he's going to do with this ball.
Bit of gamesmanship here. We'll just slow this down a little bit. Make sure the extra bit of polish is on it.
Pull the ball, jam down on but great job by Morgan. The crowd really getting into this. End of the 35th over. 9 for 94. James King not out 56. Stewie Morgan 1 from 17 deliveries, doing a great job. Coming in at 11. The sun here belting down. Still coffee available here. The Bean Boss. Get on down to the hill here. They're located at the southern end to the right of the grandstand here at Harker Oval. The hot plate certainly burning. Got the sausages going, the briskets going. Plenty of food, plenty of refreshments available. This game is going down to the wire. Dan Bailey about to commence his 13th over of the morning, rolling 13 straight. He's bowled 17 overs in total. 4 for 41. James King, 56 not out on strike. An admirable knock here by the skipper. What can Dan Bailey do? Who's going to take this premiership? Bailey to King. Just punched away off the hip on the leg side. Hainsworth jogging down to backward square to pick that up. No run taken. 14 runs, 1 wicket. Who will break first? Who will strike first?
It's not that far when you say that, is it, Dan? 14 runs.
That 14 runs probably feels like 140.
Certainly a lot closer than when it was 5 for 20 odd.
Very much so. But again, we saw 7 for 35 develop into a partnership yesterday, and we've seen
amazing ebbs and flows in this final, this first grade final in Newcastle.
This 10th wicket, already 21 runs. Partnership, probably the best partnership of the match, or for the innings.
He's taking the single here. down to Heath.
Actually,
Heath's had a bit of work to do the last couple of overs. The only runs that have been taken down to long off, or indeed going over long off's head.
So Emmett and King actually put on 28. King and Noonan put on 21. And now this partnership, I believe, 23. Is it taking 9 for 96?
Yeah, not the My Cricket
95.
update.
Up-to-date?
95.
95.
Says
13
it's
runs
up to date.
required.
95.
Interesting, he's giving more and more, so that's only 2 balls of that over gone. Now, Stewie Morgan showing very competent, so captain taking the runs now as they're available.
Stew's just got to keep remembering his role, and
Here comes Dan Bailey. And again, solid technique there.
well played.
That's the thing, they've still got 64 overs to get these remaining runs. There's no rush to
overs
get these runs.
A run and over.
Run every few overs.
One run every over is all it takes. Yep, plenty of tenseness out here. Obviously, the West boys in the shed would be willing these two on, and as I said before, the Belmont boys wouldn't want to have a half chance go near them and maybe grass it.
Well, Dan Bailey, I mean, that was a very difficult caught and bowl chance. It was hit back really hard.
Yeah, it was solidly hit back, wasn't it? That's probably the only chance.
Bailey to Morgan. He's dug in a bit shorter, but easily navigated away just off the square.
Yep.
Very tense here at Harker Oval. Said, if you're wondering why past 1 o'clock, game's still going. As the team batting is 9 out, with only a handful of runs remaining, extra half hours play.
And thanks to Dave Redden and certainly listeners Brad Bannister for offering that, and that's the reason we're still going on. And again, if you're at the ground, feel free to hoe into a sausage sandwich or some of the brisket that's here.
Bailey in again to Morgan. Oh,
no ball. Well,
helping the total along for West just that little bit more.
Every run counts, as they say.
9 for 96. 12 more runs.
There's plenty of talk going on out there now. The Belmont boys. Wickets not exactly coming as frequently as they were early doors. Any support there for Bailey. Hey, look, he's bowled through the whole session. He's Herculean effort.
Great spell thus far. Can he finish it off? Bowling to Morgan.
Well left.
Go outside off stump.
Short outside of off stump. Well left.
A ball that probably normally would have had a slash at that. It was a cut shot there to be played.
Yeah.
No one out there on the boundary, but putting the team first.
Team first. And that's, again, I mentioned this yesterday, they're a tight bunch. Obviously, some good individuals in terms of cricketers in there, but the whole group gels well, and they'd be doing this for each other.
No, it's great. Stewie Morgan survived 32 minutes thus
As would
far.
Belmont. You know.
Yeah. So Dan Bailey coming in again. Stuart Morgan on strike. 12 runs remaining.
Oh.
They've all gone up.
That's a slow ball that's gone through to the keeper.
That's missed everything.
I suggest to you that it's missed everything.
I'm just wondering, was the appeal for LBW?
I think it was for LBW, but...
Kieran Knight given that not out?
I'd have to have a look at a replay. I mean, I think the idea would have been, again, to probably make use of the bat if you can. But
Very much so.
Is this a replay coming up now?
It was still about 4 balls behind on the replay, but at the end of the over...
Well, we'll look out for that, but...
I believe 9 for 96.
No movement. 9 for 96 at the moment.
12 runs remaining for Wests to be the first grade premiers of season 2021. Belmont require 1 wicket for the same.
Yeah,
But Ray Cooper's going to
continue
into his 9th over.
Gee, there'll be some tired boys through the end of this session, I think, but they're giving it their all. Cooper into bowl. And King's just played this one out to the lone cover fieldsman.
Maybe some brisket on the menu for the boys at lunch.
Well, possibly. Just looking at this this next ball to see whether there was the... No, it's not that one. It's still
3 more. 2 more.
Another ball to go. Or 2 on the replay screen. The Frog Box. Been excellent viewing this grade grand final, and also during the season when it's been used at various matches.
Here comes Ray Cooper again, bowling to James King. Is that a smash at that outside off?
Oh, he's missed it. Oh. Well, what's happened there?
I don't think it quite carried down there to Jamie Heath.
I think Jamie Heath lost sight of that.
Possibly, but they've they haven't taken the run.
Taken nothing. He's
interesting.
I thought when he first connected with it, there was maybe down his throat, but
next one.
But it didn't seem to carry. And now there's a change in field.
Okay.
Heath's being moved from the hot spot of long off to a move to cover. I think we've got the replay of that. That what I think was an LBW shout coming up very shortly on Frogbox. Anyway, Cooper back into King. Oh, it's down leg side.
Well kept. Well kept. He's safe at probably 4. I don't know if either of these fine leg or third man would have got around to that in time.
No, great keeping there from Hainsworth. Really good effort to get across and did it so easily. And yeah, it must be this. It's the last ball of the over still coming up. So we're frog boxing. We're a
good over behind on the replay.
Couple of rivets behind.
A couple of rivets on fire, Neil McDonald.
Just trying my best just to lighten the...
Good stuff. Ray Cooper bowling to James King, and he just punched that back down the wicket.
Oh, hang on. Ray's thought there might have been a single there, so he's had to
Ray was
hop
wrong.
off it like a startled rabbit. Anyway, no run. There was never going to be a run. Here we are for this, just a bit of analysis on this last ball of the last over. It's, yeah, Bailey in. I don't think we're going to do a slow motion of the screen. No. So it was definitely the slower ball, but I don't know.
It's missed everything.
Well, it's gone through to Hainsworth, so it suggests it's not actually hit anything. So it's gone outside the stumps, but they're carrying on like a few pork chops there. And anyway, back to real life play.
Straight onto the
out
pads
through
there.
His legs. He's going to take one, and should be only one.
No, send him back. Don't want to see a repeat of the last wicket.
One out through square leg.
9 for 97. 11 runs required by West. Belmont still needing that 10th and elusive wicket. Stuart Morgan back on strike. 1 ball remaining in the over.
I said before, and it's still a long way to go, but this guy's just made for finals, this James King. He's you know, got a 94 knot in the last final that Wests were a part of and won a couple of years back now. And here he is at 58 not out.
Well played by Morgan.
Stewie Morgan looking very, very good. You know, indeed, possibly putting out there that he's deserving of a higher place in the order, perhaps.
May well be the case. The end of another over. 9 for 97 now after 37 overs. West require 11 more runs. James King, 58 not out. Stuart Morgan, 1 not out, but those 23 deliveries he's faced have been gold.
Bottom line,
38 minutes he's survived. Yeah, absolute gold.
Bottom line for the Belmont boys, it takes one good delivery and a full shot.
That's right.
That's really it. And then from there, we work out from the lunch break where this takes the game. But having said that, you got to deliver it.
I'm just wondering whether, with Dan Bailey going again, whether Jace Lawson and over 2 back before lunch might be something to have a look at, especially bowling at the number 11, the left arm with the ball going in and away from him.
Or perhaps somebody that nobody's seen yet, because
Quite
there's
possibly.
only been the 3 bowlers.
Maybe
obviously reliant upon a couple of them here.
Full ball by Bailey down the leg side, no run. Luke Muddle took 17 wickets for the season. Dominic Simons, 19 wickets. Dominic Simons, I believe, took 3 wickets.
Both haven't been sighted off nobbies yet.
No, in the one clash this teams played each other this year, West obviously quite dominant in that game, but from memory, Dominic Simons took 3 wickets in that innings. 3 for 100 off 27.
80, I think it was at the time.
Correct, yeah. It was a very, very big win for West, but
this is different.
Completely different game of cricket today.
Absolutely.
Here comes Dan Bailey, bowling to James King. Outside off stump.
Slash outside of off. Offered him something out through there. There's a fielder at deep point on the practice wickets that would have probably cut it to 1. Then again, there's a gap between him and third man that if he had got it away, quite possibly would have gone to the boundary. Plenty of support again here.
Yeah, very willing for both sides.
Bailey's really Herculean effort. Obviously overs last night, but 18 into his 19th.
Full of ball there, just jammed down on by King.
Yeah, all played.
No run.
Well played there by King, just recognising that, you know, a good ball just needs to be defended. Plenty of time.
Yeah, that's it. Time is West's friend. They've got all day to get these remaining 11 runs. Where Belmont, the longer they're out there,
no pressure on the batters, other than to, you know, be technicians of good shots, really, at the right time.
Here comes Dan Bailey in again. Captain James King. Full of balls, solid drive. That he's
going to take the one there.
Hit his hand, took the pace off it, but either way, it's always going to be a single. 9 for 98, and we're down to double to 10 now.
Single up to mid-off.
2 balls remaining in the over for Stuart Morgan to try and survive.
The side screen boys at the southern end might just need to work a bit harder on pulling it out of the gutter, but we're going a bit
How they go on their P's.
Side.
With the wheels on it. 10 more runs, 1 more wicket.
2 balls this over remaining.
In comes Dan Bailey, 4 for 44. Over. Bailey running in. And defended again.
Morgan's solid there. Solid in defence.
And the Birds are starting to chime in with opinion too for the Boondocks.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Just offering a little each way bet there. Possibly.
Final ball this over. Dan Bailey following to Stuart Morgan.
We're taking a while to get through our overs now, Dan. This is
time is our friend today.
I'd suggest that Dan's probably closer to a spell than he is to bowling too many more overs. But anyway,
What's happened there? It's gone through.
That looks like something that's gone somewhere between keeper and first, but may not have carried. Once again, we could be relying upon frog box on this one, but very difficult for us to tell from here. But
just watching the body language, I don't think it's a drop catch.
No, I
just don't think it's carried. I think it might have fallen short of where first would have been.
I think you're right, and the keeper hasn't been able to get across to it, and it's been too low, even when it's gone through to Hainsworth's right.
Either way, Morgan survived another over. A great job done for his team. To 38 overs, West 9 for 98. They require 10 runs for a first innings victory. Belmont require one wicket. First innings victory. Still taking this extra half hour. There's still 11 minutes. Will this game be over before the lunch break? Okay, they've taken one here. They're going to look for 2.
No, there's only one.
It would take a direct hit, but smart cricket.
Only one now. He's taken that at the start of the over.
This is interesting. 9 for 99. Need 9 runs for victory. 8 runs for a tie comes into it as well.
It does.
But most importantly for Belmont, Stuart Morgan is now on strike for potentially 5 balls. Now, is this where Morgan, is there an encouragement there to maybe punch a single if it's there?
Well, quite possibly, but first steps would be protect the castle. Yeah, absolutely. Ray's not adverse to bowling good balls at this stage of the innings and being able to pick up a wicket, but as long as there's respect there, and if Stu can present that broad face of the bat, he'd hopefully be in a good position. The wicket, there's nothing doing, so it's really just a case of getting those feet moving and getting in behind the ball.
Okay, here comes Ray Cooper to Stewie Morgan.
Confident drive, yeah.
I'm just wondering whether that big gap between second and gully should be closed. We're going to get him drawing forward and playing shots like that. There's a big chance of maybe getting an outside edge as well.
I'm a little surprised they haven't plugged the gap. I mean, they've only done it once in the innings, and when you look at the rest of the fielders around and how you might involve a fielder in the game, there's a couple of fielders that I would probably have positioned elsewhere.
Here comes Cooper again. Looking very comfortable there, Stuart Morgan. He doesn't really look phased at all.
No, Stu's got a good stride forward. He's just a relaxed sort of a dude, good temperament. He's, as good a number 11 as running around town. He's not going to do anything silly, but we're in a stage of a game here where you're just sort of sitting there going, gee, a 6 and a 4 would crack it open, wouldn't it?
Well, 6 and a 4 would raise victory for the West Rosellas.
6 and a 4 would probably bring the house down, I reckon. But I know where, and of course, if you try that and you get out, everybody will be on your back.
Very foolish. No, they're doing the right thing at present. 9-4, 99. And again, just defended their away on the offside. Doing a great job. Faced 28 balls now, 45 minutes since the last wicket. This partnership, 26. Very important runs. James King on 60, not out, 4 4s and 3 6s, but more importantly, he's just ticked over batting for 2 hours now, facing 94 deliveries to save his team from basically a fantastic position or a position where it looked like they could lose this game. Oh, dug it in there, Cooper.
That'll do. Morgan won't be interested in any
running
of
down
that.
the middle of the wicket too. I think umpire Ranger might have a chat to him about that.
Yeah, the longer this takes, the more interesting people's temperament can be. Yeah, Morgan wanting nothing to do with that. It was a pretty harmless delivery in the end. A lot of effort to get it there though, given the docile nature of the deck that they're playing on. Anyhow, that's how we roll.
Cooper digs it in again, a bit quicker that
Another
one.
one.
But wide, no need to play at that.
Monica
nor has
Sellers
he.
grunt at the end of the over, so or any female tennis player for that matter, I guess. A lovely tennis, though.
Yes, Monica
Lovely
Sellers
tennis.
certainly famous for her grunting. 9 for 99 at the end of the 39th over.
Is Dan Bailey going to be coming around the wicket yet again, perhaps?
Well, they've moved the sight screen on assumption.
In anticipation.
Dan Bailey is indeed going to bowl again. He's about to bowl his 20th over, and which will be his 15th over straight since the commencement of play this morning.
Morgan looking unfazed there at the non-striker's end. King going to be on strike. Must be so tempting if he gets something in his position, his part of the world. I'll say to you, if you're looking for, now that's been punched up to mid-off, no run. If you really want me to put something out there,
please.
Mid-off is fairly straight, and the next player around is a deep point. James King has hit a 6 over extra cover at the other end, and there's nothing to say you couldn't pick up a 2, if not a 4 or a 6.
Plenty of runs
hitting
out there.
Through there. As we
It's a
said before,
risky shot though. If he doesn't get it right,
well,
there's
it
a
is,
cover there.
and Bailey's been very good in this spell, so you know it'd want to be there, but
There's that
there
shot
it is,
straight
out
to
through
cover.
the cover. Oh, whoa!
I'll let that go.
Getting a bit nervy.
We're into single figures now. The target is
Shot at
9.
the stumps.
9 more runs required here by the West Rosellas. One
Only
wicket.
9. Everything feels like it's in a vice at the moment, Dan.
It does. It does indeed. It's that tense. I haven't even gone for the form guide.
Yeah, no time for that, my friend.
Dan Bailey, what's he got up his sleeve? This delivery. James King on strike.
Oh,
Full of
full
ball.
toss. There
He's
it
hit
is.
that
He's
into
gone
that
out through
gap.
cover.
Are they
It's only
coming
going to be
back for
one.
2?
Only going to be 1.
No, King has sent Morgan back and the ball went to
And that's okay. That's all right. So
the far end.
full bunger outside of off stump, being driven out through to mid-off. We'll take the single.
That brings up the
I think that
100
brings up
for
the
West.
100, 3 figures for West.
9 for 100, chasing 108 for victory. 7 runs will tie this game. And what has been an extraordinary weird season, a tie in the grand final probably, would be fitting. 8 runs for victory. 1 wicket for Belmont for victory.
Interesting result. Can one of our viewers text in and tell us what happens then?
Dave Redden, Brad Bannister, Aaron Gray.
Looking forward to hearing from one of you. Tim Cox, maybe one of the luminaries from the last Toronto victory.
Yes. Yeah.
Tim, if you're listening.
And Aaron Gray was in
Aaron
that
Gray,
team
of
as well.
course. Of course.
Stuart Morgan on
Cast
strike.
of thousands in that side.
Oh, the alumni is just a who's who. Bailey to Morgan,
Played
there
by
just played the
Morgan.
gully.
126 at the moment. What happens at 131? Is that
Well,
much? Getting a bit hungry.
well, I guess,
Or does it just keep going?
do they just keep playing to a
Let's
result?
hear from you,
I don't
Dave
know.
Redden. Offer me something.
I mean, you'd hate to take a 40-minute break when you need 1 wicket or 5 or
Like
6
the
runs.
timeless session, isn't it?
It is.
Surely.
These guys are young, they're fit, and another 5 or 10 minutes out there extra won't hurt them.
Probably
I'm sure
not.
they'd probably
I'm feeling
rather
for the
a
umps
result.
though in this situation. They're obviously minds have got to be on it for
They'll
the
be
period of
guided by the
time.
rule book.
The
Dan
dark night.
Bailey into Stuart Morgan. Full toss.
Oh, yeah, he's played that straight off Bailey's back to
Could have
back to
gone
Bailey and
anywhere.
off his foot, I think.
He had to
the
stop
cover.
that butt because there's no one back here. Would have been some
That's
very
right,
valuable
Could
runs.
have pushed a 2.
Still 9 for 100.
I think Bailey might be looking at the short run up very shortly,
Or a spell.
or a spell.
I guess you have your season campaigners. 1 ball remaining in this 40th over. Last ball of Bailey's 20th over. He's bowled unchanged on the southern end for
Unchanged
this
through the
entire
innings. Herculean effort. And that's well played. That's end of the over. Another over from Bailey. No Michelle there.
9 for 100. James King 61. Stewie Morgan 1. 51 minutes being able to stay out there with his captain, doing a fantastic job for the Rosellas. I guess there's 1 more over until the rescheduled luncheon interval. I guess we'll answer those questions at the end of this over. Should the game go to the end of the over?
Should it? Is that a
Will it?
question or
Will
will
it?
it? Jeez. Who
Ray-
would know the ebbs and flows of what we've had here today? It's
We've had everything.
and yesterday it's had everything. Really has.
Ray Cooper's be bowling again. Captain James King on strike. He is 61, not out. Here he comes. Play that away in the offside.
Just off the back foot out through to deep point. No run. Ooh. Very prepared to bat the time and just pick it up when it is there is James King. Extremely smart cricketer and just I've mentioned before on the commentary, just very good temperament.
Ray Cooper coming in around the wicket to Ray Cooper to James King. Down the leg side.
Oh yeah, they might
Some buys there.
get. Oh,
They're coming back. No.
no.
Good
We'll
throw
take-
in and pick up.
we'll take one. Hainsworth's got to that at backward square.
The first buy of the innings.
Oh,
There's a leaf.
had half a leaf fall on us.
9 for 101. 6 runs to tie, 7 runs to win. Belmont require 1 wicket.
Yeah, he's taken that well, a bit down leg side, and yeah, got a bit of pad onto it. Probably would have liked it to have gone a bit wider and had the good chance of 2. They scurried 1. It was never. I don't think it was ever coming back for 2. And now we've got Cooper a little bit in the spotlight here with a couple of balls remaining in the over, and
Stuart Morgan's got
Stuart
4 balls
Morgan.
to navigate till lunch. Here comes Cooper coming into Morgan. Forward defence just played that solidly.
solid in defence. Well played from Morgan.
Certainly doesn't look like a traditional number 11 Stuart Morgan. He's done a fantastic job. Very similar job to Gillard did for Belmont yesterday.
Yeah, some advocacy for Morgan that possibly should be around that 8-9 mark. Hasn't resonated a lot, but then again hasn't been called on a lot this year either. But certainly getting his money's worth today.
Let's see what Ray Cooper's got for Stewie Morgan with this delivery. And played away. King's looking for a single there,
I was
but
looking for one there. So it's getting
mid-wicket
awfully close.
screamed in to pick that up. So good match awareness there.
Yeah, good work there in the ring, Belmont boys, in through mid-wicket. No single. I don't know that Stewie was looking too much on the single. I think he's quite happy camped down and ensuring that his castle's not knocked over.
No, these boys have all done a magnificent job. You'd hate to see the game finish on something like that. 2 balls left in this over, which could potentially be the last 2 balls
I certainly would.
before the lunch break. Dan Saunders here with Neil McDonald. The Frog Box live coverage of the NDCA first grade grand final here between West and Belmont. Great ball there, Ray Cooper,
we
line
go.
on length with Stuart Morgan
Big
equal
effort,
to the task.
effort ball there from Cooper. We can hear it right out here, and Stu Morgan just a very broad piece of timber, sending it back down the wicket. No run.
You got one of Warner's Bay's finest, Liam Lewis.
Liam Lewis is listening in, is he?
Liam Lewis is listening. A lot of alliteration there, but yes,
Liam
there's a
Lewis
lot of
is
great work
listening.
out there with the Warner's Bay Club, especially involved with the women's social, the Sydney Sixers T20 competition. Wish he could be here, and he's salivating over the thought of a bit of brisket himself.
Is he?
But he's certainly gotten some
Played Stu Morgan and that.
viewing on
We'll
the front
now
box.
determine, are we continuing on?
Looks like they're
That's
going to go to lunch. So after 41 overs, 31 today, West, in reply to Belmont's innings yesterday of 107, at lunch are 9 for 101. The captain and the backbone of this West innings, James King, not out on 61 from 99 deliveries, been out there for 130 minutes, 4 fours, 3 sixes, ably supported by Stuart Morgan, who's 1 not out from 37 deliveries, been out there for 56 minutes. A fantastic fight back, and to say that West needed to fight back after Belmont being 7 for 35 yesterday, a staunch 8th wicket partnership of 61 and a tally of 107. Daniel Bailey's bowled 20 overs, 15 unchanged this morning, 4 for 45. Jace Lawson, 10 overs, 5 overs last night and 5 overs this morning, but a great spell of 3 for 20. And Ray Cooper, 1 for 33 from 11. 40-minute break for lunch. When we come back on the other side at around 10 minutes past 2, West require 7 runs for victory. Belmont require 1 wicket. The tie still in play. What will happen? Come down to Harker Oval to find out. 10 minutes past 2 for the second and possibly final session of this grand final between West and Belmont, the NDCA first grade competition. Welcome back to Harker Oval, where we are in the final stages of what's been an exciting first grade grand final here between West and Belmont. To recap at lunch, West are 9 for 101, requiring 7 more runs for victory. Belmont requiring 1 wicket. Anything could happen in the next 15 to 20 minutes. James King, the captain of West, has been the backbone of this innings. He's still out there on 61 not out. Been very well supported for 37 balls and 57 minutes by Stuart Morgan. We're 41 overs into the innings, but 31 overs. So the important part is there's still 59 overs maximum remaining today. So pending what happens in the next 10 or 15 minutes, whether the team who finishes on the wrong end of the first inning result can look to try and force an outright victory. Now, that we won't know what's happening, but what we do know here is we've got a change of bowler, and it looks like Jace Lawson has swapped ends. So before the lunch break, I'm joined Dan Saunders here with Neil McDonald.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dan.
One of the great stalwarts and legends of the West Cricket Club, and he's sitting here on a very edge of his seat. Fingernails have vanished.
Interested that Jace is on now. Thought they might have had him on just before the lunch break, but anyway, in to bowl from the southern end. First time at this end.
On the stumps.
On the money.
This the easy run not taken. So if we just give our viewers a quick look at the outfield. We have a deep long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a deep fine leg on the leg side. We have third man, deep point, and deep long off. 7 men on the ground, on the fence. We have a mandatory cover, and I'm assuming a mandatory mid wicket or standard mid wicket. Lawson in again, down the leg side. No bat on ball, no wide. Ball down to Hainsworth. 9 for 101. Dan Bailey at mid-wicket. Thank you. Our sideline eye, Stephen Elliott, passing on that information. Jace Lawson with 3 key wickets early on in this innings. Leading 2 late last night. Here comes Lawson to King. Outside off stump. He's had a bit of a swing at that King. Through to Hainsworth. Still 9 for 101. 3 balls gone in this 42nd over. The sun's shining down hard here now. Plenty of cars, plenty of crowd here. I'd say that's what, 80-20 supporters for West. They've certainly been the most vocal.
I would think so. Been clapping every run since the early doors of being in a modicum of difficulty. It's 6 or 7 down for not many.
Lawson again to King. Just defended that out to cover.
At the middle of the bat, the only fielder at cover. Still a good decoration around the boundary at the moment from the Belmont boys, and Jace Lawson here at the southern end just needing a little bit of adjustment of camera angle from our multiple cameras that are operating, and certainly the one upstairs needed an adjustment because of the change of sight screen.
Here comes Jace Lawson again.
He's got this one away. He's looking for 2. And he's coming back for 2.
He missed the
stumps. And he's there. He's made it. 2 runs.
Wow.
That's a decent throw in there from deep point.
I think if Hainsworth got that, it might have got him, but he's missed the stumps completely.
He came round to take it and kind of missed all 3, didn't he?
He missed that the first time with Nunes, but the second time got him. 9 for 103.
The throw wasn't quite over the bails. But
we're now 5 runs from victory, 4 runs to tie this match, 1 wicket. What will happen first? Jace Lawson. Got that up. I'll fix that too. Here comes Lawson. Last ball of the over. And an easy
out
single.
For a single. Here we go. King will obtain the strike. There's a single there. Again, if you're going to put fielders out, I guess you're going to
poor match awareness there by Belmont. I mean, last ball of the over, they've kept everyone out on the fence.
And look, again, we've said this probably ad nauseum through the innings, but it only takes 1 wicket, sure. And,
it does.
And for somebody to hole out in the deep, we'll all look silly and they'll look like champions. But
9 for 104 now. 3 runs required to tie this game. 4 runs, 1 good stroke to award the premiership to the West Rosellas.
There's a lot of pressure going back onto Belmont here. There's Sure, pressure on the West boys for sure. It's 1 wicket to go. It's not as though you got 3 in the bank or anything like that. But as you said, 1 decent stroke and it's all unravelled.
Yeah, very interesting that...
1 good ball though, Dan.
Yeah, very true, but I mean, no pressure whatsoever. Surely they wanted to keep King on strike at the end of that over and get a fresh...
Or off strike, yeah.
A fresh start of the next over at the tail ender.
There's Cooper, a bit short of a length. He just played it off the back foot and defended it. Doesn't need to do anything else. As you said, there's 60-something overs still to go. 1 wicket, field is spread again. He's just dabbed that one out to cover. With Cooper resuming at the northern end.
As you said, 1 ball will swing it back to Belmont's favour. 1 wicket can wrap this game up. 4 runs required for West. Cooper to King. Down the leg side, Hainsworth's got onto that.
Well taken there by Marcus Hainsworth. A hard day in the field, really. Quite warm. He's got down cross leg side to take that very well.
Yeah, no, a great fight back regardless from Belmont to get themselves into a position to defend a total and then to be on the attack to have their total actually be very competitive. At 107, it's been very hard for West to try and rein in.
That's wide of off stump. It's
That's
gone
split
through.
The field. That's going to be 2
Don't know
for
whether they're
sure.
going to
They're going to come back for 2. A good throw, but the dive's in.
There's
9
2 to King.
for 106.
Now let's see if the field comes in.
Well, they're mad if they don't because they need 1 run to tie, 2 runs to win.
And the field is still spread.
Why is the field out?
Well, interesting times.
Hainsworth the keeper now calling everyone in.
Now.
I mean, it's good to see they listen to their captain, but surely the match awareness...
I reckon they might have picked up something out of Frog Box as well.
Quite possibly. I did get a little bit loud. 1 run to tie, 2 runs to win, 1 wicket in hand.
2 to win. Stu Morgan up there looking as steely as ever and James King back on strike. We've got most of the field up now. Let's see what Cooper delivers here coming around the wicket. A lot of pressure there. Oh, change of field. Late change of field, mind you. Adding strength into the cover region.
So we've got a cover point and a cover and a mid-off. Ray Cooper bowling around the wicket, so I dare see him be bowling full and wide. No third man, just a short third man in place. And he's put it away.
There it is, it's gone away! It'll be 2, they're going to take 2. Over the line, yeah! Woo! Woo!
And as you can hear by Neil McDonald and the crowd, West.
Here we go!
9 for 108.
Rock and roll. And that could be, are they calling game?
Just waiting to see whether they're calling the game.
And if they are, Dan.
It looks like there's all these handshakes happening here. But it looks like West have won the Newcastle District Cricket Association first grade grand final. They're shaking hands with the umpires. And that is game over. West have won the 2020-21 grand final by 1 wicket. An amazing effort by captain James King, who's came to the wicket with his team in awful trouble and has managed to steer his team home to victory by the shortest of margins. An amazing effort. James King 68 not out from 109 balls. Batted 143 minutes, 4 boundaries, 3 sixes. And a great effort by Stuart Morgan, who faced 37 deliveries, batted for 1 hour. Only the 1 run, but his runs didn't matter, just needed to be there with the captain. And Wes, at one stage, were 7 for 24 and 8 for 52. The 9th and 10th wicket partnerships have saw the Rosellas become minor major premiers for 2020-21 and their first premiership since 2017-18 in 4 seasons. Belmont, a humongous effort in reply. Yesterday at lunch was 7 for 35 and everything pointed to a very easy run chase for the Rosellas. But that 8th wicket partnership between 16-year-old Joey Gillard and the veteran Jace Lawson got them to a total of 107, which the start of the innings would have proven still a short target to chase. But with 10 overs last night, Belmont struck hard, taking 3 late wickets. At stumps, 3 for 17, Wes. And immediately this morning, wickets tumbled. Aldous, Bills, the prize wicket of Joey Price, first ball. Well, Aaron Wivell dismissed for 6 when James King came to the wicket. 7 for 24. 68 not out, and what could possibly be a man of the match effort has seen the West Rosellas get home for victory here at Harker Oval by 1 wicket. Fantastic effort by West. Commiserations to Belmont, who put up a fantastic fight to get themselves back into this match. But West Rosellas are your premiers for season 2020-21. So Chairman Paul Marjoriebanks just doing the presentation now in front of the grandstand here at Harker Oval. Sure if you can hear the audio there, but the player of the final has officially been awarded to the West's captain James King on the back of that 68 not out, that match-winning innings. Well done to James King from West. Marcus Hainsworth just offering some words. Congratulations to his team, to the Premiers West. The chairman, Mr. Sheffield Shield himself, Paul Marjoriebanks, addressing the crowd here at Harker Oval, showing their appreciation for a great grand final. The umpires Phil Ranger and Kieran Knight, a great game, due their recognition as well. West captain James King. Here's Paul Marjoriebanks presenting the Premiership Trophy to James King, successful captain and man of the final, player of the final, West Rosellas, this year's Premiers. That's a terrible microphone I got over there. Congratulations, Wes. And that's a wrap for the NDCA first grade grand final. On behalf of Neil McDonald and Aaron Gray, I'm Dan Saunders. Thank you for viewing the NDCA first grade grand final through the Frog Box. It'll be back bigger and better next season. But that ties a bow in the Newcastle cricket competition from all grades for season 2021. Dan Saunders signing off. Take care and we'll see you all next season.